with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Rick is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Low. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never. Know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. It's Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way the rhetoric is gonna go. Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
Check 'em. To the hip, hop, the hip to the hip, hoppy, you don't stop. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rocking to the beat.
I got me, crew, and my friends. We're gonna ride. I lost it. I had the victory. What is it?
We're gonna try and move your feet.
I won the mic.
And I like to say hello. What's happening, people? Y'all know what it is. It's Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo, and he's out there right now, man. He dealing. He out there with AT&T tripping. But yeah, man, we are about to get going. It is 8:30-ish, as usual. You know what we do. So gonna get this thing going, man. Please be a part of this conversation. 404-500-1605. Share it. I need you to like them things down there. The thumbs up, the hearts, the hugging hearts, the laughter, the wows. Them other two, I don't want you to hit those. But if you have to, do that because it's gonna help. Yeah, I have a problem with that word, so my man, he always looks out for me on that. So, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing started, man. Got some a great topic, but again, Classic Conversations will take a life of its own, and we'll end up in something else. You know how that works. So we're gonna go ahead and get this thing going on. Angelo, brother, how was your week, man?
Oh man, so I had a really good week. You know what I mean? See my shirt, man. I just came back from Jamaica, mine. You know,
Wagwan.
time going down there to Jamaica, so it was really, really cool. The weather was beautiful. You know, I don't know. I've only one complaint, which was the resort I stayed at, all inclusive, adults only, so that part. But it was more of a couple resort.
Yeah. Been,
You know what I mean?
yeah, been to those.
And
Yeah.
it was way off
Yeah.
of Montego, like 30, 40 minutes from actual city. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
and this is the crazy part, man. They charge $160 round trip to go into the city. Each time you want to go to the city, it was $160.
Jamaican dollars?
No, man.
Oh, yeah,
If
man.
it was Jamaican dollars, it'd have been cool.
That'd have been cool and Chris.
U.S. cash only. I said, man, y'all tripping. Hey, guess what I did, Mike? I stayed at the resort. I left that joint one time to go downtown, hang out a little bit, man. Say it one more time. I said, I'm not, just on principle alone, I'm not paying you $160 to go 30, 40 minutes away. That's crazy, man. No, that's taking advantage. Because really what they want you to do, they want you to.
Check his mic. Yeah, Casper just called in. She just said the microphone.
It is on, brother.
You still have Jamaican fingers.
1, 2.
You gotta say
I did
1,
the
2.
whole rap, man. That was the whole point of the rap.
Or at least.
Yeah, we live.
home for an hour with AT&T. They messed my football package up, so
That's a problem.
This is all about football.
right there. Ooh, I was hot, bro. Had people over and they look at me like, what?
Keep in mind, Dwayne has been here since 7:30. He's been here since 7:30, so there should be no reason why we have any issues right now, Dwayne. What's going on? Am I hot yet? Feel like you didn't trust my hands, man. You know, I used to do this thing. Stop, will you? You know what I'm talking about? There we go. Now we got some light. I got to do it again.
You put extra battery in there because you know we're gonna be in for 3 hours. Okay.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Say Wagwan, see if it works. He on AT&T, he could get less. He trying to get AT&T a ticket.
So anyway, yeah, bro, you close to the door, man. You got dough duty. Look at that jump. You got to turn the little knob. There you go. Sunshine.
Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2. We good? No. I think, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, good.
So welcome to the mic check on the show. Like we just said, no,
Yeah,
we didn't
I know,
really
right?
start yet. We just, you guys are here for the beginning of the show. So
Yeah.
1, 2, 1, 2. Mecca, your mic work?
Mic check, 1, 2.
My
JT,
wife,
work?
is being she's on it right now, so she wants you to speak into your mic so that we can see if we can hear you too.
All right, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. We
Can
good?
you hear her, baby?
Yes, hello?
We good? Mecca on the microphone right now.
Yeah, she hot.
Mic check.
So
We outside.
We got another mic, Dwayne.
Okay.
All right, set one up. I'm gonna get Sunshine over here too. Sunshine came in.
all right, looks like everybody so far is good. So yeah. Appreciate you, Casper. So you know what? Let's just everybody
Rewind.
mics. Everybody mics is good. So let's start this thing over.
Well, AT&T not working with him, so his mic not working because he messing with AT&T.
So yo, what's happening, y'all? Y'all know what time it is. It is 8:30ish, and it is time for Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.
And that's a car.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna get this thing going tonight. Please be a part of this conversation. 404-500-1605. Give us a call and talk about it. We got a microphone that just fell, but we got a great topic tonight. And we think that topic is going to lead to different things like Classic Conversations. It usually happens with Classic Conversations. You know, it's Classic Conversation for a reason. So he's on the phone.
Sunshine.
Sugar Sean, how was your weekend? We'll come back to Angelo.
Yo, my weekend was great, man. My Buffalo Bills did their thing. I was excited about that.
I ain't heard nobody say that about no Buffalo Bills.
Yep, I had my whole uniform on. I was gonna come in here.
Bandwagon jumpers.
Nope, I've been a fan since the '90s. I've been a fan. I've been a fan since
What
the
happened to
90s.
Giants? What happened to Giants?
Jim Kelly, I've been a fan.
Okay,
since Jim
fanboy.
Kelly. You know, my man Thurman Thomas. But listen, at the end of the day, I've been a big Bills fan. What was so dope this weekend was I got a house full of athletes, right? So the 7-year-old showed us that the trend is gonna continue. The Riley name continues. She got player of the game in her soccer game, and Daddy was going crazy. I like your Team Riley is in full effect. So it was super dope. And my nephew had a bunch of sacks. You know, I went to his game, and I just love to see Team Riley doing their thing, man. It was just a good weekend, real good weekend. Then I went back to Brooklyn.
Did you behave yourself? You wasn't
I was
aggressive.
about to say the team Riley had to say, Dad.
Oh,
Right. Did they have to
that
like?
happens. That's been happening since all my kids been little. I've been kicked out of games and stuff like that. I mean, this is
But
what I
I
do.
mean, this week, where you
Oh, this week I was subtle. I was yeah, let's go.
and look what happens.
And yeah.
You baby get play of the game when you
Yeah.
just be subtle. See
Yeah,
what happens? She don't have to worry about dad. She can concentrate on the game.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
See what happened?
I've had some moments and they know me.
Life's
Yeah,
lessons,
I'm
boy.
a-
Life's
I'm-
lessons. It's right there for you.
I'm a legend in AAU basketball. I've been escorted out of the building. You know, it happens. You know, these refs. I don't know.
All right,
But
so-
it was a great weekend, and I had a good time, and you know, it was fun, man. And then
Good
I
deal.
got back to Brooklyn, and that was good too. I was able to get back home because I'm handling some business out there and just touching the land. That was good.
Good deal. So, Angelo, your mic hot, right? So we
Yeah,
can go
we
ahead and-
good now, man.
All right. So, how was your weekend, brother? Turn me down some. I got a little.
Yeah, it was
little
good, man. I'm not
feedback
gonna
there.
recap everything because when I say things, it was an excitement of the moment. But I just went to Jamaica, had a good time. Great resort, but I won't ever stay there again unless I won't stay there again. But it was really, really nice. Food was delicious. They had a lobster house, man. I ate lobster tail 4 days.
So you were in
All
Montego?
inclusive. It was all inclusive. I had to have that.
You was in Montego Bay?
It was at Montego Bay.
Want my
per
wife to
se,
hear that.
But it was, like I said, it was 30, 40 minutes outside of Montego Bay, which is what.
Ocho Rio.
No, that's an hour away. There's some town called something Flagolf or some small town right outside. But like I said, it was far away that they just jacked the prices up to travel. So that's what ticked me off. But
Did you go to Dunn River Falls?
yeah, it was cool. I went out there. You know what I mean? I had to go see what everybody's talking about.
Dunn River Falls, brother.
Yeah, go see what the hype was all about.
Yeah,
you know what I
man.
mean? But the town was cool, man. The people were real nice, But
How's the weed?
I don't.
I'm messing with
I
you.
don't participate. But the one thing I did learn that I didn't know, I learned that right before I left, was that I always thought weed was legal in Jamaica
Nope.
because of how they talk about Jamaica and weed. You know what I mean?
Nope.
I didn't know it was illegal.
You just gonna get taxed.
But check this out though. But they have, and I only heard this because some of the people who went and with the little places, and they'll give you a medical card for a fee. I said, I probably want to try that medical card over here. It's probably good just for Jamaica.
Yeah, that's the only time it's good.
Yeah, it was cool though.
Good deal.
But I
Good
met
deal.
Charleston White today, man. I tell you that, man.
Yeah.
I met old Charleston White today. He came up to the club, man. That was real cool, man. He had we had a real good conversation. And JT, I showed him the topic for the night, and he was like, "Man, if I didn't have this other event to go to, I had to stay here for that." He said, "Man, I could do 2 months on that."
Man.
He said, "I give y'all so much information, so much material off those topics."
Man, text him. Tell him we're gonna be here late.
I told him.
Tell him to be here a couple hours.
Come back
I
through.
told him it won't be too late, but nah, he said when he comes back, because he's coming back to Uptown, when he come back, man, he definitely wants to do the podcast and revisit some of the topics. So, yeah, it was real cool.
Good deal. Good deal. Ask a car, brother. How you doing, man?
Terrible.
I understand. They mess.
Anybody out there that work for AT&T, well, y'all need to get y'all shit together.
Or if you.
I had the football ticket, just see a game. I had to go somewhere to see a game. I paid for the ticket, had people in my my house, and AT&T didn't do their job. Tech's supposed to come out today. I waited from 4 to 8 o'clock. From 8 o'clock till I came here, walking through the door, 45 minutes. and I was on hold. I got on hold. The one person lied and said that the tech was out there because I got a long driveway living on farm. Okay, so saying he was putting in the line. Just came back to me and said that some bitch didn't even show today. So now I was waiting on hold for an hour, losing my time. I lied and told my work. I'm retired, but still, that ain't none of my fucking business. So it's just bad business. It's just bad business. Very bad business. And I still don't have to. It better be back before this weekend. I know that.
Okay, so up until Sunday, how was your week?
The rest of the weekend.
Well, the rest of the weekend was good. It was good. Got a little fellowship. Some of my partners came in from out of town and brought their wives. Had a good time, but it would have been better.
Because you had the ticket.
So that's kind of.
And you watched my Buffalo Bills.
Well, actually, he could have saw that without the ticket. They was just on regular TV, so it wasn't that hard to watch the Buffalo Bills.
Gotta watch the Bills.
And
JT brought that.
what's that? Oh yeah, I'm on white liquor, man. Excuse me. I'm on white liquor this week because speaking of my week, Atlanta Cigar Week. So for the last week from Monday to Sunday, me and my wife has been out every night smoking cigars.
Nice.
Excuse me. I promise you I don't have COVID. I'm good.
No, that's okay. My
Okay.
cough about to be stronger than yours. in a
Okay,
minute.
cool. Cough on it. But yeah,
Cigarette, cigar.
for my week, man, Atlanta Cigar Week did it again. Dope, hanging out, met some great people, hung out with some of the guys from the Creep Squad from New York.
Creep Squad.
Yeah, some guys from the Creep Squad, bruh. Met some dope actors while I was out there. Had my movie premiere this past Sunday. My mother, my sister, my nephew, one of my best friends, of course, my wife. We was there to check me out. And I can, you know what? I'm gonna say this. You know, I don't do this a lot. I'm a pretty dope ass fucking actor. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. You know, I actually was looking at this joint. And I was like, shit, actually pretty damn good. You know, because the last movie I did, I was a pastor. So now, you know, I'm a dope. I'm a dope boy, and I'm loaning cats money, and the range was just. You know, I'm pretty damn good. You know, I don't toot my own horn a lot. You know, I tell y'all to vote for me and shit, but I don't tell you how good I am. I'll let you know.
Toot.
Yeah, I'm a hell of a fucking actor, so I'm letting y'all know, man. I am out here for hire. Y'all hit me up, man.
Yeah, Jae Tea.
ClassicJ@gmail.com. You can hit me up on IG at classic_J. Now, understand the classic is just like the name of the show with a K. Man, y'all hit me up. Let's make some work happen. Before that, because I wasn't here last week, or I was here for the end of the show, but before that, the week before, another great week, man. Went to Puerto Rico, took my wife out there for her birthday. It was dope. Puerto Rico has become a second home for us. You know, there was a hurricane on its way, so I had to cancel a lot of the excursions that I had. So I had to do some things on the run while we was out there. I think the highlight, she may call in and let you know, the highlight was taking her to Pandora and just letting her do what she do.
Nice. Did you go to the rainforest?
Ended up, no, bro. We hung out pretty much downtown Port San Juan and then went to Old San Juan and hung out.
Yeah.
Like I said, because of the hurricane that was on its way, I had to cancel the excursions because if I got there, then you wasn't gonna be able to cancel them.
Right.
And hurricanes is hurricanes. So now we got out of there just in time. So, you know, but while we was there, you know, we celebrated her birthday. You know, got to get away and, you know, enjoy some of the sun. It was raining a little bit, but it was dope. It was dope. So that was my 2 weeks. So I've had a great 2 weeks. Plan on having another great week this weekend coming up. We'll talk about that in a minute. The play that I'm in. Like I said, I'm a dope fucking actor. Y'all need to recognize that shit. So now, let me introduce some of the guests I have up here. Mecca, what's going on, young lady?
What's going on?
Hey, man.
Unexpectedly here, but happy to be here with y'all.
Yeah, Mecca she just came in. She didn't want to be a part of it. We talked her to get up here. And then after we talked, because we didn't think we was going to have a lot of guests,
Right.
because Ask a Cop hadn't showed up yet, and then Mecca stepped up, and now everybody done showed up. So go ahead
Full
and
house over here.
talk about yourself a little bit and tell us about your week.
Let's see. I am a poet and spoken word artist. I also do PR, and I do production coordinating and whatnot. So, anybody got something that pays, hit me up. I don't want any more jobs that don't pay. Whether you tell me that beforehand or you reveal it later, I don't want that shit. And yeah, so Sean's my guy. So I pulled up on him. He didn't know I was coming. That was
I know. That was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, Angelo, he all right. You know what I'm saying?
We had a good run all of us together, right? That was about 4 months, right? We were going in.
Right. Yeah, I know. We were sticking it out during the pandemic.
Yeah, Angelo was the original Ask a Cop.
Right.
Yeah, he was the original Ask a Cop.
Right.
Yeah.
When we had
They
State Your
didn't
Peace.
like me a couple of them shows either.
No, you gave nice retired answers though. You weren't too controversial. Then when I came on the podcast and you tried to sick your boys on me, I was like, it's okay, I got this. So we're gonna see how much longer we get along.
Everybody hates me, so.
Yeah, no.
We appreciate you being here for real.
I ain't gonna be like AT&T did though.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Girl, stand up. Let everybody see what you got on. You came up in here like came up in here though popping. You came up in here.
I didn't tell you to
You
stand
came
up.
up.
Mecca, stand up. Stand up,
Mecca has been Mecca been on the show before. You know what I'm saying? But you came up in here like. But I like that sex god joint. That's dope. That's dope. That's sex god pen.
Come with the natural, and then
Yeah, so you came all up in here. Okay, all right. We see you.
Little advertising. I'm just kidding.
We see you.
That's Rochester's finest right there.
Come on, just because it was
if I wear
Tuesday.
these clothes, they ain't gonna get worn. I just wear what's in the closet, but thank you.
All right,
Thank
well,
you for
Sunshine is in the
having me.
building. Go ahead and talk about yourself a little bit, young
I'm a
lady.
comedian.
Come on up in here. Get
Yeah,
on
I'm a
up in that mic.
comedian.
Don't
I
be
tell
scared of that
jokes.
thing.
I'm a rapper. I'm a bartender.
Okay.
So this weekend I bartended, and it was crazy, man. They try to turn me into the crazy bartender because I'm trying to serve drinks. It's busy. It's super busy, right? So I'm trying to get to everybody, and they make I look at niggas and they mean mugging, and I'm like, hold on, I know y'all don't have an attitude. Like, you see, it's and then I'm like, why I gotta talk like, you know what? I'm just gonna smile. So then they hate when you smile, you know what I'm saying? When they mad and they're and I'm just like, shit, y'all niggas ain't about to motherfucking worry me. It was much. Okay, hold on then. You know what I mean? So that's what my weekend consisted of. I'm like, damn, I'm around niggas who was going places
So
though.
these cats at the bar just
Oh
getting
my
here,
God,
just tripping.
acted a fool. But I made $500.
Where do you
It was a
bartend?
great night. At the American Legion. It's in Marietta Post 296.
What?
Yes,
Yo, let
I'm
me
a
tell you.
vet.
Yo,
Cost me
I'm a
$500 to
veteran.
get out.
let me
So-
tell you something.
Said it would cost me $500 to get
I
out there.
used to go to American Legion years
Marietta.
and years. They still got the downstairs open too.
You talking about the one in Marietta?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the downstairs. You got to go around the back to get in the downstairs.
Yeah.
Yo, man, that was back then. I could get women that's my age now. Back then, they were
okay,
cougars to me
They
then.
be in there too.
Back
They be
then.
in there.
Yeah, the American.
Yeah.
I didn't know the American Legion was still
Hey,
rocking.
come through, man, just for the old school time. They
Oh, the
played
drinks,
Southern
though.
Soul.
The drinks is
are-
always
yeah, and I made
dangerous
every drink strong.
because-
Since everybody was waiting, I was like, shit. They don't work me like this. I'm pouring all they liquor out.
Yeah,
so everybody drinks was good.
That is dangerous because you are in Cobb County, you are in Marietta, you are down the street from the jail. Real talk.
Your own
I'm telling you.
risk. Wow.
Yeah,
You order
yeah.
it, I'm gonna make it good.
Yeah, I'm glad my wife don't drink, so.
I don't either. So that's what's amazing about serving people drinks, because I don't drink, and I really watch people's demons come out as I serve them alcohol. And I was torn by it for a minute. I was like, dang, I'm serving the devil's juice, because these niggas is changing right in front of my eyes while I'm serving it to them. But then I was read a Bible verse that was like, he who is in peril or something, give him strong drink. And I was like, hey, all right, Lord.
So you're doing the Lord's work.
So you gave him strong drink.
What verse was that?
Right. Just look up strong drink.
Strong drink.
Bible verse,
So you
strong
flipped it.
drink.
That must have been in the Corinthians.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if I show up,
Coronians.
just
She's
look
doing the
at me
Lord's
as
work,
if I'm
that's all.
going through some issues and give me my drink. I want
What?
mine.
What book?
Strong drink.
I want every last bit of it, all of it.
But yeah, it was nice to hear about it, what everybody did this weekend. I like that. Yeah, going places.
Yeah, we doing some
I'm in
things,
the
you know. We
vicinity
doing
of
some
y'all
things.
niggas, so you know I might be next.
You are next. You ain't might be.
Thank you.
I'm dying my bed this week. I came to that epiphany.
Hey, Sugar Sean,
So tell her she
congratulations
right
on your
now,
first
talking
show at
about you are
Uptown. We ain't gonna
next.
get too deep into it because I know you're gonna start saying, we
my-
outside.
my
Yeah.
first
We ain't gonna
show
do all
back.
that. I just
Yeah,
wanted to
we-
say congratulations to that.
Thanks.
But we're gonna go ahead and get into this topic.
We outside.
So listen, man, the topic this week, and Angelo hit me up. Y'all heard about the movie, what is it called? King,
Talking about Woman King?
Woman King. And we was actually talking about something else, and then he brought it up, like, you know, Woman King, when you actually think about it, it's actually something else that's taken away from the manhood of a man. Because now women were queens, which was the highest that a woman supposedly could be. But now we have women that are kings. So,
Absolutely.
you know, it really, I actually had another topic that I wanted to talk about, but this really, it threw me. So, you know, I wanted to talk about this. This is what I posted today. Head of household, king, manhood, leader, man. Has society changed the views of a man, of what he is supposed to be and what they actually think he should be? Movies, TV shows, social medias, and books have all seemed to challenge roles of men. Now, are the roles of men being challenged or changed?
Both.
Wait, hold on. Is it because women can't find the right man, or they're settling for the wrong man? Because a lot of this stuff comes from women's opinions. And then have some men bought into the new societal views and become comfortable with the new views of what a man is supposed to be.
Yeah.
So before y'all talk, let me just shout out. You know, Robbie's the one who brought that topic up, Teasy. You know, it was just general conversation, and she had brought that topic up, and it was funny because I had 2 or 3 other people had the same type of conversation with me, which is a lot of times how these shows pop up. It's just conversation we having during the course of a week with folks.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but anyway, I just wanted to just say that part. But go ahead, Sean. It sounds like you want to chime right on in.
I mean, everything he just said is 100% accurate, right? We're battle. The battle makes no sense, right? A man's a woman's woman. They're just trying to change what general place you have in society, and I feel like it's a unnecessary battle, and it's playing with everybody's mind, you know, because at any point, you know, we're needed, right, to protect our females, to protect our women, even in the wild, like we protect them, right? We're there. So trying to change our roles, it's not working. It's gonna work for some, but then they turn around and they be like, yeah, you acting like a bitch. You get what I'm saying? So it doesn't make any sense. But they're doing exactly what they want to do. They want us to feel like the way that we were, the way that we are, is something wrong with being that type of individual, which doesn't make any sense.
Now, when you say they, because,
The white man.
well, see, the thing is,
The agenda. Because it's the agenda. I'm sorry. I gotta chime
do
in
you think
right now.
But do you
That's-
think this
that's
is
when that's
aimed
gonna be-
only at black men?
This is definitely aimed only at black men.
Absolutely.
This is everything that you see on TV is to bring the black man down. Ain't no way in the world there's a woman king, period.
Okay, so with that being
Period.
said, how is it that white men can actually still be men and not let societal views take them down, and black men are actually, in some cases, letting that happen?
Yeah, they
I'm
just
glad you
showing
said
it
in some
happening
cases.
to the black man more, but it's happening to the white male as well. Like every male that is whatever you want to consider, whatever
Every
alpha
heterosexual,
male
you
or
should say.
outspoken heterosexual, whatever it is, right? Alpha male, how we talk and we get down, and it could be a white guy in here, whatever, and we, the way we behave, they're getting that away. They're like, y'all are Vikings, y'all don't know how to behave. They're going through the same thing, but they're showing us more, right? Because when you demasculate the black male, because we're the most powerful species on the planet, right? The most sought out species on the planet. When you take us down, then, now they can be able to gain power.
Ask a cop.
So-
You was trying to say something. What you got?
I totally disagree. I agree to a certain point, but I think it's more of an evolution. This goes all the way back to, we spoke on it before, you go all the way back to Good Times, you go all the way back to Truman Doctrine, things of that nature, where if a black male was, taken out of a household, you had James on Good Times. He was like basically a trained gorilla, uncontrollable. It took
I don't know why y'all always got to bring up my show. But
It
go
took
ahead.
his wife. It took his wife to control him.
I'ma need
He
you to
just couldn't-
update.
He couldn't think for himself. Come on, James. Calm down, James. So
That was good.
That's the role he did. And so it just goes back to. Then you go back to women were heads of household. Then you go back to the fact, just throwing a lot of things at you. But if you just look at education, black women are better educated than black males. Okay, that's due to a lot of issues.
The
So
most educated group.
with that, I think black women got a newfound power because I'm still dating. Everybody else on the panel is married, but when you're still dating and you're dating women that I got a nice house, but I've met a couple women that are living in a 4,000 square foot house, never had a kid, got a nice whip, and travel as much as I do. I enjoy them. But I think what's happened, black women have been making so much money, and there's so few people for them to actually date without stepping down. And everybody wants to say for black women, well, you need to entertain this guy, you need to entertain this guy. And I think so many of them were driven on titles like men used to be, that a lot of them forgot not how to be women, but how to accept a male in their lives without feeling that they're giving up something.
But that goes back to slavery. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, what you're saying is, like, our black women and our black sisters in our household, our mama was running the house. Mommy always
Not
been
in
in the
my
house.
case,
Mommy was
not in
running the
my
house.
case.
Daddy was outside
Not my
working. I had no dad,
My
but
great-grandfather.
yeah, they were working though. So what do you get? Mommy was in there making sure you was doing your schoolwork, doing what you had to do. Mommy know more about what's going on with you than your father know. Like with my house right now, my wife know more about some of the things that's going on with my kids than I know because I'm always running and I'm bringing money home. But I stay home, I try to make sure I'm in the house and then, I have to set my precedents. But the black queen has always been the queen. So I think it's a farce to try to put us all against each other. It's a farce to put the black queen against the black king because we already know that they're queens. So why are we having that discussion?
Well, that's exactly what I was going to say. Why are we having this discussion in this way? Because I would rather y'all be more concerned with what white men are doing to us and to you than what you think black women are doing to you. Because we're all on the same team. And I
don't think it's not that we think that
It's a preoccupation,
it's not black
though.
women, but I think that just societal views is put that on us. I'm not saying that black women
Well,
has
what
done
I'm
that
saying
to
is,
men.
I believe you all to be stronger than what somebody puts on you. And I wish that you all felt the same about yourselves, is what I'm saying. Seriously,
No.
I'm being serious.
Doesn't make
You
no
might
sense.
individually. I'm saying
Right.
collectively.
But she's saying collectively.
I'm saying collectively.
You got to realize this is the issue we have.
We end
in
up having this dialogue more than we end up having that
But the
dialogue, is
reason
what I'm
that
saying.
dialogue
And that's
is
the
because
real, we don't know how to do this
dialogue
first.
with each other because we have two different groups of them. Well, there's about 4 different groups of America now. You have the alphabets in the black community. You have the alphabets.
What?
Then you have
The LGBTQIA.
Go ahead,
You
go
have,
ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
You have heterosexuals. Then you have infecteds.
Oh shit.
And so now when
Where
you're in that
are we
situation-
headed?
No, what I'm saying is you got several different groups, but nobody communicates amongst those groups. Nobody communicates amongst those groups. You have certain people that represent the best one that's gotten everything out. I didn't mean an insulting way, but the LBGQ
be.
Go ahead.
LGBTQ.
Yeah.
Yeah, the LGBTQ. They have a voice because they have a voice with mainstream America is pushing that agenda on everybody. And I'm not saying it's a bad agenda.
It's not an
because
agenda.
They
I don't-
believe.
I don't-
they
you
have-
said-
It's not an agenda.
Well, you
No,
said
I'm
it's not
saying
an
it-
agenda. Well,
because-
Sunshine said it is an agenda.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to get the two different views.
I think you can make an argument for anything being an agenda.
Well,
what I'm
wh-
saying is you choose to focus on what you choose to focus on. If you want to see somebody as opposition, then that's what they'll be.
No, I'm not saying it's opposition. I'm saying that you
I
have
like that.
different groups that
Now you
aren't
gotta hear what she's
communicating.
saying though. Let her finish her thought.
Yeah, if you see somebody as your opposition, that's what they'll be. You know what I'm saying? I could sit here and I could wear everything on my sleeve. These guys knows I'm not. They know I'm not that sensitive, but I could, and I could be offended by what you say, by what he says, by what she says, by what he said. I could be, and then we would never really have a chance to connect because I'm being defensive all the time. I'm always trying to shield myself against something, versus just saying, all right, we got totally different existences. As much as we have in alignment, we probably have in differences. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have different opinions, we're gonna have different beliefs, we're gonna have different experiences. But what I'm saying, as a black community, we focus so much on man versus woman, gay versus straight, and all these things, and we keep forgetting who the real enemy is long enough for them to keep doing their bullshit. That's all I'm saying. Like,
You said a lot.
I agree with that.
Hold up.
Sunshine rebuttal.
Hold up. Go ahead.
Oh, well, all I'm saying is sticking to the topic. Hollywood puts men in dresses, and now they've put the woman as the king. So for me, again, it goes just back to the agenda and what you see, what children see, what commercials they see. And yeah, women, we can be taught to be strong, and it could have been the queen. Why couldn't it just have been the queen or something? But for it to be the woman king, to me, it's a play on words. It's a play on making, demasculating the male. They've been doing it. They just been doing it. That's what they want us to see.
That's good
They want women to.
I agree.
I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so I don't want to talk shit about what I think it is, because if a woman, if she beats a man to become the king, then to me that's bullshit. A woman, it's some bitches that probably can beat a man, but a woman shouldn't be fighting no fucking man, period. That ain't what we should be doing.
Fighting a woman?
You know, that shouldn't even be what's on screen that we're fighting. Now, if he's teaching her how to fight and then she end up having to fight for him or something, because I haven't seen it, then maybe. But from what I see, if she going against him and she wins and she becomes king, then to me, that's bullshit. That's not what I think we should be saying.
Yeah,
real quick.
I've heard the movie is pretty good.
Let me read out Robbie's comment. She said, number one, because black men has always been oppressed. It's the psychosocial. And then she just said that for the time, everyone has an opinion, but it's the principle of the movie. Facts are facts. We're enemies against ourselves. Roy chimed in. Roy, what's up, Roy? Ain't seen in a minute, man.
Right.
Roy said, time to stir the pot. You know, 3 white men produce the woman king.
Yep.
And he said the problem is we don't tell our own stories.
I'm stupid talking about yep, like
agree
I
with
knew
sister.
it.
The title of the movie is a real problem.
Now,
Octavia said, please educate yourself in black, African history.
Now, I wonder if this wasn't Viola Davis that was star of this movie. Let's say it was. Y'all give me
Thank
white
you, number
woman.
one fan. Jane was never emasculated.
Give me a
I
white
agree.
woman.
Picking on James.
Okay, let's say it was Sandra Bullock.
Wait, what?
Let's just say.
In an African movie?
Hey, come with me. Come with me. Work with me. Work
No,
with me.
I'm saying, is that
Work
what
with me.
Let's say
Let's say if it wasn't an African, let's say if it was a European movie in World War whatever in Europe, and it was called same thing. Do you think then that it would be something that's aimed at black men? Because I think that with it being a black woman and being an African movie, it's kind of aimed at black men to demasculate. But if it was a white woman, do you think it would be the same thing that's aimed at black men, or do you think that it would just be something
That's a
that's
good
aimed
question.
at men, period?
I personally don't think that the title was aimed at men. It's called The Woman King because it features a story of an army of women who did what they did, and you could talk about, you know, how that really worked out historically versus what it is now. I work in the entertainment industry. I understand what all the points are. But at the end of the day, like I said, if you're trying to be offended by something, you can be offended by it.
But at the end
I
of
think
the day,
the real
king
point,
is king. King is king. So at the end of the day, king is king. It's not.
King is a
there's
word.
nothing-
It's a title that
Yeah,
is
it's
attached
king.
to imperialism
Yeah, it's
and
king, but a
colonialism
king
that we
is-
probably shouldn't honor anyway. But here we are.
King is
I
king.
mean, you know what? It's
I can
funny
go
that
down
you
a few
say that.
avenues with. I
I
can go
have
down a few avenues with
I
the
have a
verbiage.
good friend of
And I'm
mine
just gonna stay
that
on the
gets
same one.
mad when we're running around saying that, you know, black men are kings. In the house, it's my king, whatever.
It's the titles
Because
that we were
he basically
conditioned to use
basically
to
what
describe
you're
it.
saying is that it's not a word that should be used because it's a different definition than what we're using it as. Well, I don't
I'm
know.
saying if you want to be technical about it, if you want to talk about it through the lens of Europeanism and colonialism and imperialism and all of those things, then absolutely. Yeah, and I can make an argument for that. I'm just here to be y'all's woke devil's advocate. That's
I'm
it.
loving it. Yeah, I love every last bit of it.
That's good.
I
That's
love it.
good. Well, I like your question though, because if it was white,
Yeah.
then I wouldn't give a fuck.
And that's what I was also going to
Yeah,
say.
if
I
it
don't
was
actually
white, I
care about
wouldn't
white people in
care.
that way, and I
wouldn't
don't care about them being
they
offended.
They can say king,
So
queen. They can say the woman, whatever the fuck they want. But because it's black, then I'm concerned. So that's yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just learned something.
What'd you learn? No,
I didn't get to
No.
go see it yet.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
How
did
was
they-
it?
what did-
She still followed the king.
She followed the king.
Yeah, he made
Oh, so that's the irony.
He's still the king, and he still had 8 wives. You feel what I'm saying? But she sat next to him in a lower position.
So she was
But
his
still
bottom
as
hoe.
a king.
I mean,
It would be bitch too.
He wasn't a king. I mean,
he had 8 wives.
He wasn't king.
What's wrong with 8 wives?
Yeah.
No, listen.
What I'm
Y'all
saying.
sound crazy.
Yo, check one, check.
Well, American culture is if you have 8 women and one of them is running the other women, that's your bottom hoe.
So pretty much,
Bottom bitch.
hey,
That's what I'm saying.
Is right.
It's bottom bitch. It ain't
That's
bottom
true.
bitch.
but pretty much he wasn't sleeping with her. He was
Okay.
sleeping with the 8 women, the 8 other women.
So she-
but she was the leader of the army. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Was she a stud?
I mean, how does
Nah,
that?
she,
Come on.
I don't think they get into
she
her
wasn't no
sexuality.
stud. She was a woman.
Okay. Did she have sex in the movie?
Yes, she did.
With a man?
Yes.
Okay.
And she had a child.
Okay.
But she still, what I'm saying is, no matter what you think, how you say the name Woman King, it really should be Woman Queen, but
That's redundant.
because she still followed the king. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
She
Yeah, I
still
guess.
followed a man.
Long
You
as
feel
if
what
it
I'm saying?
ain't what I
Yeah.
thought, then I'll shut up.
Yeah, I want to
yeah.
see it. I want to see the movie.
Before we
Yeah, I'm
slam a
shut
black
up.
film, let's hold on the comments on the movie. But like I said, it goes back to, I think the issues with all this is because we've had a lot of stuff since certain administration shoved down our throat as far as not saying anything's wrong by, because everybody deserves rights. But when, as African Americans, we haven't fully gotten all our rights in this country, and then all of a sudden they're putting all rights ahead of ours. And I'm not saying there's anything bad, because everybody deserves to fight for theirs. But then now, because black women are making more money, a lot of them have better positions and jobs.
We're the most educated group in the country.
Exactly. There you go. And it's a fact. So a lot of women, black women, are having a harder time locating black men that are on their level.
I just want to throw this out there. So I have a question for primarily the gentleman, and maybe my sister here. But so I tell some of my guys, I'm like, the real problem is that, kind of like what you were hinting at, women don't need a man anymore, right? I don't have to walk in the bank with you to get a bank account. You know, I don't need you to be a part of me, to be with me. So now you have to be wanted and likable, and a lot of y'all motherfuckers just ain't likable. So what you gonna do about that? I mean, I'm being serious. I think that's a difference. That's a
Serena
difference.
Williams back hand to you, 'cause- and I'm gonna tell you.
I'm saying, like, you don't know, we don't know what our grandparents went through in their relationship because she needed
women
him.
now have lost their personalities. A lot of black women are just like men now. I'm not saying some, because I know some beautiful women here, but a lot of black women, like a lot of black, like it's back in the day. Guy might come up, he's got a Porsche kid, yeah, you know, I'm talking to you. A lot of black women are getting more materialistic than men ever were. A lot of them have lost their femininity in relationships because they're more, yeah, I'm gonna go and get me some, you know. And it's becoming. No,
I didn't know where that was going.
It's starting to be accepted, and they're getting more and more aggressive. And so now it's sort of like they're trying to and I don't even think they're trying to do it. Society's telling everybody that it's okay, so lines are getting blurred everywhere. There's lines, now people, Qs, LGBTQB bi, and all these people. I'm just saying, everybody's represented, and now you're going on the heterosexual side, saying that the woman can be head of household. I think the woman can be the breadwinner in the family. I'm not against that. Wasn't that my case? But I wouldn't have been offended by it. If I had a woman that was making $400,000, I could care less. But my point is, it should be more, and I don't believe in the king and queen. It should be head of household, man, husband and wife, your team, coach, and then it works. But I think so many different demographics go in there, and to be on the female point of view, I think, because it's been told to me in the dating circles, is that they have a hard time because a lot of men's ego gets involved, and a lot of men aren't comfortable with him making that money, and then they say, and she brought me up, I think she's wrong though, but she says a lot of black men, when they're making a certain amount of money, they're more apt to go for a younger mom.
Mm-hmm. Or a white woman. I mean,
No, that's true. That's true.
That's true. That's very true.
That's true.
I believe women.
But my thing is everybody has choices.
Yeah.
Everybody has choices. We as men have choices. If you want to slap your Mercedes-Benz key down, that's your choice to try and attract that woman. I've never slapped the key down. Matter of fact, hold on. We got a caller, Dwayne, because I don't want to get into this. Let's let the caller come in. We're going to come back to this. Caller, go ahead and state your name, unless you want to stay anonymous and talk what you want to talk about.
What's up, folks? It's Roy, man.
What's going on?
So, chilling, man. So y'all know history's my thing. So there's a couple of things I want to say, but real quick on what y'all were just talking about, the comment that was just made. This goes back to one of the posts that I just made, saying that the problem is we're not telling our own story. Because the first thing we need to know, 75% of all black men who are married to what? Black women. 80% of black women who are married to what? Black men. There are way more of us married to each other than what you see. They're going to always present us moving and going outside to other people. Now, back to the topic about the movie. I plan on seeing the movie, and I'm going to probably see it a couple of times because all of the sisters that are in it, and I want to support them and getting their rankings, getting all that good stuff so they can get what they need to get out of it. But I did have a problem with the title because a king and queen are actually just adjectives for rulers. They are brought from different places and different folks use them. So when you take the woman and turn her into a masculine figure, that's a problem. A woman ruler is a queen. That's what she is. I mean, it's a historical thing. So to do that, I have to go back and read the full article because one of my professors from FAMU was actually the one who posted the thing about the fact that the three producers of this movie are white women. And I'm willing to bet you that they're all feminists. I wouldn't be surprised if they are. Because regardless of whether people want to admit it or not, there is an agenda out there that's designed to keep us separated. We have to stop buying into it is what the issue is.
No, I know that. He said something else.
And so,
great point. Us buying into the issue. But I want every time we say something, make me think. So
it's also a thing called marketing. If they just put out a movie that the woman queen is redundant, that wouldn't make sense.
But what if?
No, it shouldn't be called. It should have been called the Warrior Queen. That's what it should have been called.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Because
That's what I'm.
So listen, real quick. Besides the Dahomey, there was actually Besides the Dahomey, there was another queen named Hatshepsut, who was considered one of the greatest warriors in African history. We have warrior women. She could be a warrior. Oh my God! I'm sorry, I'm on the highway and it's a bad accident out here.
What?
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
king's bottom
Oh, be on
bitch.
Bluetooth.
That's a whole different move.
No,
Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah. I mean, but that's my point. When you're talking about that, they could have made this movie about powerful black women and made it stay that way without having any masculine stuff in it that would have then given any perception that they're trying to have women take the place, having black women take the place of a black man. Because I think that's what everybody's arguing about who hadn't even seen it yet.
He's right.
That's what the issue is. It could have. If it was the warrior queen, we had, like I said, there are at least 3 warrior queens listed in history of ancient African history, and so it's not an issue about that. But the agenda is real, and I think we just got to stop thinking that it's not.
That's a fact, and I feel
Take y'all down.
They
'cause
call
y'all
Beyonce
strong,
King B. Y'all gonna
powerful.
go against Beyonce?
What you say? What?
Do you see what I'm saying? I'm just making that point. I'm
What-
not
what-
a Beyonce
what
stan.
They call Beyonce. Wait, you said they call Beyonce King B?
Oh.
Y'all gonna go against?
I ain't never heard that before.
Yeah.
Queen bee. I never
all right.
You're right. I ain't never heard number Queen B.
I've
No, that's
never
what
heard.
they say.
They call it
We gotta
Queen Bee.
Google
No,
that.
they say King. Am I lying?
They call her King
Am I
Bee?
lying?
Ask a cop.
They
You
call
got
her
your
King
phone
all the
out.
time.
Google it. Ask a cop. You right there. You got your phone
Queen
out.
bee. I've never heard King bee.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
I'm not making it up.
Nice.
Yeah, they really
What
just.
circle is that in?
But I just find-
not saying that you did, but I've never heard of that
He said,
one.
"What circle is that in?"
But why?
No, I know it's just funny the way.
No,
you
but
like
real
it.
talk. Why is it that this is always the topic of the conversation? Is what's the purpose of a
They
man?
over it.
Like we're not necessary anymore, right? Like whatever we were doing before is not good enough for now. So what's your purpose? Like I don't need to keep questioning my purpose as the man that I am and trying to figure out what am I supposed to be to satisfy, society, the norms or whatever they trying to create the norms of society to be. Because they're basically trying to confuse you. Because they feel like anything that you do that comes out naturally is becoming a problem, right? You're not needed. Why aren't you? Now you question, then why am I not needed? We are needed. Like, and whenever I hear women say you don't need a man, I'm like, do you work? What company do you work for? Who owns that company?
That ain't the right thing to say, but
At all.
Why not? It's what I said. It's the truth.
because
Who owns the company?
now what you're saying is that a woman can't own a company.
I'm not saying that she can't, but I'm just
That's
saying,
what you're saying.
No, I'm not
Who
saying
owns
that.
the company?
The majority of the companies that they're working for are run by men. I mean, it's a small percentage of the Fortune 500
That's
companies
called patriarchy.
that are run by women.
Yeah,
Name the Fortune 500 companies that were created by women.
But why is that the setup?
That should. I don't think
Right,
that has
that-
anything to do
that-
with the topic.
There's reasons.
need
There's
a
historical
man.
reasons
no
why that's the
issue with a
setup.
woman being
Man.
in control.
No, I'm saying
I
you
just
said
think we have
women
to
say they don't
have-
need a
Right,
man.
they say that.
Listen, y'all
Some.
can't,
That was
y'all
the
can't
bar.
talk, y'all can't
Right.
talk over
Some.
each other. 'Cause
The
no
Hey, he a
problem.
rapper over here. He said, "I have no issue with a woman being in control. I just think we have to have gender roles." You a rapper?
No.
Yo, Mecca, yeah, that's my girl right
You
there.
a star.
Mecca,
She said you a star.
you a star.
Well, I want to get
Ask
this.
a cop,
I
his
like
album
that.
coming.
Yeah, they when they say we don't need a man, but I'm like, this coochie ain't gonna eat itself.
Ah.
And now,
So yeah.
I mean, you have to break a few ribs.
you need men. Thank
So
you.
are men only needed for sexual? Like, I mean, other than that, what do
No,
we-
I'm just saying.
But
You said for
that's why
business, I'm saying for-
that's why I asked that part in my post about, because a lot of it does have to do with, especially in our society, in our culture, our community, the black community, does have to do with, let's face it, women are coming up.
that's fine.
Women can't, making money, doing their thing. So, some women complain about that guy. But you think, did some women just settle for certain guys that wasn't able to handle what she was bringing forth to the
Before
table?
to answer that question,
Okay.
let me just read KK. It said, a lot of black women, because of their newfound position in the workplace, now think they can run their households like they do their offices. They think they can treat their man like a subordinate. That doesn't work for most men.
It's not natural.
And to that point that y'all were making, that was another part of the conversation that was had prior to my and Robbie conversation, where somebody approached me about what is the role of a man now.
Yeah.
Is the role of the man
simply as the provider, what value do the world see the black man, is how he pronounced it, discussion was to the black man outside of being simply the provider. You know what I mean? And he was going into, that demasculation part of it is it's like being stripped of everything else, and that's all you have left. So that was the other part of that conversation.
Y'all-
You can go ask that question you asked.
Y'all remember the Titans?
When she had, hold on 1 second,
Yeah.
because with her question about
Casper, call in.
there weren't a lot of men with good personalities, or the men.
No, that's not what I was saying. Let me clarify, because I think he did cut me off. I think it made it unclear. What I was saying is, in terms of societal rules, you don't need a man literally. Like, you don't have to have him sign off for you to get a bank account and things of that nature.
Right.
So a woman doesn't need a man in the same way. So I'm saying, so that's now women desire men more. You want a man more. The functionality is not reduced. Your purpose and your function is not reduced. But in terms of, do I need you in order for me to buy a house? No. Do I need you to co-sign my life for me to exist? No. And a lot of men don't know how to navigate that. And a lot of women, you can feel how you want to feel about, their personality, their attitude, or whatever you change. That's situational. But I'm saying, from a societal standpoint, the way we're talking about it, if I don't need you to be there just so I can accomplish something, or so I can have something, or I can have co-ownership of something, right? Then now it's because I want you. I want your presence. So what I was saying is, have y'all seen, remember the Titans? There is a line in that movie where it says, attitude reflects leadership, boss. If you want people to follow you, then lead. Most people on earth are not leaders. Like 80% of people are not leaders. They are followers.
Most people are sheep.
And it's not to say that women are followers, but if you want to be head of household, you want to lead, then just show up and lead. Your presence will speak for itself. You see what I'm saying? I think y'all are just becoming, I'm saying y'all in a general sense, you're becoming preoccupied with being emasculated instead of just being a man and just showing up.
I don't disagree with you on some of your points, but I think part of it is due to the fact that a lot of women have been running households for so long. And that's not everybody, because it's like my panel, I got a lot of friends that had strong female, their moms were strong, and they ran their households. But I also know, by being a supervisor for so long and seeing so many black males that had weak black male role models, period, in their life, and a lot of women, a lot of men are reacting more like women than men. So now you have a woman that's out there looking for a man, and there's only a few dogs out there, and there's a lot of men that squat just like they do. So a lot of black males now, I think, don't know how to take that control because they never saw it, and a lot of them are used to a woman being in charge, so they take almost a subservient role, which is wrong, because I don't think even your wife should take a subservient role. You should be like we're going to do this thing together, tag team.
That's how it is in my house. It's a tag team.
No, there's nothing wrong with it,
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, lead. I know you're saying lead, but I also know you shouldn't be showing off the camera, and you're a good dude. So I know, you might say, well, okay, this is what we're going to do, babe. Well, okay, what's your ideas on it? You're not just leading. The way you're saying is like, you say, yeah, this is what we're going to do. No,
that ain't going to go down with my wife. They all know my wife. That ain't going down with Cheryl.
So I think a lot of times when you put king and queen on it, I think where the battle is now, you have women that have worked so hard to get where they're at. They don't want that name and title thrown out there, because it almost is saying I'm being subservient to somebody, and it's not. You're bringing just as much to the table, so you want that say, but then I think where the issues coming in, like you said, for the first time in power and being in control and being in charge, it gets you going. And you do handle things differently. Like, I'm more of a forceful person when it comes to controlling the situation, or if it's not working, let's get this going right. And if you have a woman that's going there, but it's not saying that she's got to take a step back to him, but maybe both of them need to understand that, hey, I got as many ideas as you do, let's meet in the middle. And I think some guys, and typically I'm not being funny, but when you got to sprinkle a little infecteds in there, and a lot of them are coming from a class where they're shitted on every day at work, and they're coming from a situation where the system's really hitting them hard. So they're rebelling against it because they're not in a situation where they can compete with a woman that's making 50, 60, 70, and their pool is shrinking. Whereas a woman right now, it's nothing to meet a woman that makes $75,000 in Atlanta or up. Now, for a woman to say that with men, it's not as easy.
Well,
And I want to get back to the.
Interesting.
wait a minute.
And
wait.
I disagree with that.
Wait,
Me
sis
too.
got something.
But
But
we'll
wait a
get back to
minute.
that.
Before we even go there, because when I was asking her to just repeat what she said, because at the end of it, it was like, okay, we don't need you, we want you, and y'all got some fucked up attitudes. That's where I was going, because I was
Yeah.
gonna say women though got even more fucked up attitudes. Like we think the men is horrible. I'm a woman and I listen to women and I know women, so I know they're no good. Women out there is on some other shit, but it's the way we were raised. See, we were raised just like you said. I'm sorry. A man is supposed to provide. And women are out there looking for a man that's supposed to provide. And that's, to me, now that I'm 50 years old, I don't need, like she said, anyone to provide for me. I need a friend.
Companion.
I need somebody who I get along with. Because when we both lose everything for whatever reason, in a fire, in a tsunami, whatever, then we gonna have to get along. We gonna have to like each other, and that ain't gonna have nothing to do with who got the most money and who don't. So we don't even try to find somebody we get along with and we like. We trying to find somebody who can provide and this and that. Nigga with a fucked up attitude, but he can provide. That's how I know this, because I've already had someone who did everything, and then he wasn't shit though. You know what I'm saying? Then I have someone don't have to give me nothing and is the bomb. So it's like, it's because of the personality, it's the chemistry. It's not what a motherfucker can do for me, and it never will be.
So-
if everyone else, I wish they knew that and they had that.
I agree with you on
because
that.
they're
That's what I was
always,
getting
again, talking about who can provide, who got more. I know of a friend who made more than her man, and I was like, well, hey, as long as when you come home, he done cook something, and it don't
You got
matter if
peace.
you make more and the nigga don't work if you love her. You know what I'm saying? Because when a man have more than a woman, then we want him to love our personality and shit. We ain't got what he got, but we still want to have that chance. But then if a woman got a lot of money and a man got everything, but he don't have, then she can't give him the chance. Like, this is dumb shit that we doing, and we need to change it. I hope y'all watch the show so at least some of y'all can, you know what I'm saying, spread the word that we should be friends. We should be trying to find
Mutual
somebody that we
respect.
like, not somebody who can provide.
I think the word provide is always set in a how much money you making sense. A man, what he provides to the household isn't just money. He provides a direction, right? Of where
He should.
Right.
He should.
He provide that dick too. Yeah, you gotta provide that dick. But you know, you're providing a direction, right? So yes, you gotta be friends, but it's in your nature. When you meet somebody, you listen to them, you're talking to them, you know, you feeling them, you feel like, yo, you know what? I know my life, I want my life to go this way. Yo, he talking that talk. I'm tuned into his radio station. He's saying the stuff and he's doing the stuff that's real, right? But once I think the things go left is when us as men change our direction and not allowing y'all to know that we changing our radio station. Because once we start talking about something else, now you went from listening to R&B to now you listening to Lil Baby or Lil Wayne or somebody else. Because you was already tuned in to what we were saying, right? Because Oprah's a billionaire. Ain't no man matching Oprah money. That don't matter. But that dude Stedman.
But you know what Stedman does?
That dude Stedman is with
Gives her
Oprah.
peace.
You're not. He's a what?
He gives her peace.
He gives her peace, and
and
think
that
about
that
it.
gives her security.
And some of the things that
And he give her
Oprah's
time to
doing.
go fuck
I ain't gonna hold him up.
Hold on. Real talk. You think that Stedman isn't
I'm saying,
providing
he's sticking
some
around
type of
for a
other
reason.
stuff
He ain't
mentally
disrupting her
and
soul.
stimulating and showing her things?
For both.
He is. Because she wouldn't be with him.
Hold on,
They got the millennium.
we got we got a caller call in also, and I'm gonna say this before the caller speaks. I actually think that men need women more than women need men.
Hey,
Talk about it.
Go, caller. Go ahead, speak your piece.
I want to hear what's said.
Look, that was good, baby. That was good. All right. NECA, you're on point. Everything that you said tonight has been absolutely 100. I got a little heated over here because I think as black women, we kind of need to know we can be used We can't. That word king can be used for us. We go through struggle. Some men are not stepping up to the plate. Why can't we be called, what is it, woman king or whatever? What's wrong with that? I mean, the 3 white women, think about it like this. How do you know that they're not envy of black women and the strength that we have and how we're able to overcome the trials with the black men, and they wanted to create a movie about it? There's nothing wrong with that. A warrior is basically a person who's engaged in experience in welfare, right? But then you have a king who is a male ruler. As a woman, we are a warrior as well as a ruler of our own home if a man is not there present.
Wait, this is my wife, y'all.
Okay.
Oh no, come with it. Come with it.
Wait. You just said that a king is a male ruler. So if a king is
correct.
Male, wait. I'm going on your definitions.
You
just
know they
said
about
that
to get
a
hung up
king
on
was
this
a
word.
male. Wait, hold on. You just said that a king was a male ruler. So you cannot be a king if you're not a male. Not saying that you can't be the ruler of your home, but you can't be a king if you're not a male.
I do want to share this. So if you look up the definition of king, there's many definitions, but the last one says to act in an unpleasantly superior and domineering manner. And I just want to point out, it's interesting they put unpleasant, but carry on.
All right, baby. You can be the king.
Carry on.
Right.
Carry on, king.
Now y'all want
Let me go back because I didn't see that one.
You the king, baby. Yo, unpleasant ass.
Now it's different when you get married or you do have someone.
Right. Y'all
Let me she said, go ahead, baby.
Continue.
It is. When, you stupid. When you do have a male in your life, that's when the whole word submission comes into play. I then step down from this ruler. I don't have to be a male, but this ruler that I'm handling my own home. I'm handling business. I step down and I submit to my man. I allow him to be then the ruler, then the king. I don't think anything's wrong with the title.
And that's what I do see something wrong with the title. Me and her, we're gonna talk about this
hash
over
it out
cigars later. But I've always said that black men, especially with the way our community is and our culture is, black men have to be patient because when you're dating, if you're not getting married at a young age and being with the woman that you have kids with and everything, you're probably going to end up getting with a woman that's already had kids. So if you're with a woman that's already had kids, she's already been the ruler of her home. So you have to be patient with a woman that's been in control of everything about her life. You can't come in and think that she's just going to give you control. So that's something that I've always said that black men have to be. Doesn't mean that she's a king. Means that she's a hell of a queen, and she's a ruler. She's a queen ruler of her home because there is no king in her home, but it doesn't mean that now she's a king.
What else would you say you have to be besides patient, though?
I would say
come on, Mecca.
You would have to be.
I got you, sis.
When you're dealing with a woman that's been in control of everything for so long, the main thing that you have to be is patient. And then you have to, fit in where you get in, but at the same time,
see, all that's passive to me.
You have to be able to put yours
I ain't trying
in.
to be married, but I'm just saying, all that's passive to me though, because what you're saying is she's already been in control of her own domain, so you just have to be patient and wait for her to kind of fork it over to you. That's what I'm saying. Just show up and lead.
Because sometimes when you just show up and lead, they not having it. Listen,
no. I'm not saying you're not understanding what I'm saying when I say show up and lead.
Y'all ain't just giving up control.
No, I'm saying,
but y'all just not giving up control on day one.
I'm going to give you me as an example.
But that's patience.
Huh?
But that's patience.
No, I'm not saying you don't have to be patient. I'm saying you have to be other
showing
things.
Up and leading though is a form of patience by your presence there. If you are that strong, then you're patient when she's doing whatever she's doing. Like you're not gonna.
I guess
need that control.
What I'm getting at, JT, I think you're not seeing it because you might automatically do this, and you probably have that presence in your home. What I'm saying is when you're giving out this advice, if you only say to a young man, "Be patient," that is a passive. That's not active. That's a passive thing. So you have to. If you're giving it out as advice, you have to instruct him while you're being patient and waiting. You're not waiting on her to dumb herself down to get over to you. What are you doing to show her that she wants to be led by you?
I'm not saying that you sit back and say, "Let me know."
You gotta show and prove something other than I'm gonna be patient and wait for you to just give up your shit.
I'm giving a generic version because I can't go over my whole dating process because we only got about 4 hours. We got about 4 hours. But no, you don't just come. I just don't feel you come in and say, "This is the way it's going to be." You need to be with it or don't be with it.
Yeah.
And when you do that, it's not fair to her.
Yeah.
And it damn sure ain't fair to you because now you're not going to get what you need from this woman.
Yeah.
Because now either she's going to be afraid or she's going to get the hell on.
I just wanted you, as the man that you are, to clarify that because it sounds like we're giving people extreme options. Either come in and be domineering or just be really passive and take on a baby boy role. And neither one of those is gonna get you the woman that you want.
You don't have to be domineering.
Yeah, you coming.
That's what I'm saying. It has to. There's that gray area.
A presence, and it's not. A presence doesn't necessarily mean out of fear.
Right.
A presence can be out of caring, out of the way you carry yourself. When you were dating her, she saw, okay, this dude has my best interest at heart. So that's how you win a woman over. You can't domineer them unless you got a dumb one. And why would you want somebody dumb? If you're looking for a more of an equal to somebody, to me, I don't have an issue with it. I think I like it more now. The issues I have with my African American sisters in my age group is
you got real specific
in shape.
Yeah, I just think that
you're mad at their fitness level. You're mad at their fitness level.
Yeah, fitness level. That's it. But
you know, look,
I love an intelligent woman.
Like, yo, look, I'm married, whatever the case may be, but I feel like you got to come into anything. You got to come into any situation being yourself, right? And once you start feeling like when you got to change a lot of you or however this thing is working, then you start losing yourself, then that might not be the relationship for you, right? Because when you get into a relationship with somebody, you know, things start to work, the chemistry is there. You got to, you know, I'm not dating now, but at this age of my life, there's not much I could only be Sean. So if a certain part of me is really bothering an individual that I'm with, then I don't need to be with that individual. Because at the end of the day, when I come into a relationship or I come into any situation, I only know how to come in as myself. So what is it that we have to do other than be you?
Hold on, before anybody answer that, go ahead, Ben. You've been waiting.
Yeah, I didn't want to be a millennial and be impulsive.
You know how y'all are.
You already being submissive.
Exactly.
I'm done.
I'm emasculated.
Well, his wife
I'm woman king.
His woman king is right here. So yeah.
Woman king, tear y'all ass up.
Realistically, I think this conversation is cool. I'm watching the evolution in the conversation, but I will say this: words are just words, and we just give definitions. We can make up whatever word we want. I think the origin of all these words go back to Latin understanding, where you could, if a woman was speaking, it's kind of like Spanish. When a woman says something, there's an A at the end, and when a man says something or referencing to a man, it's an O at the end. And we do the same thing with the words, where it's just a word, okay? Mm-hmm. So when you kind of get away from the old world construct of like caveman mentality, or man this, woman this, when you get away from that, you start understanding the evolution in society. I think the whole thing is marketing. The woman king gets us, and we talked about a couple of weeks ago about how in our community we go in, whatever it is, we are like, hey man, I don't like that, hell yeah. So we just stand together like that. But we also stand against at the same time. So the woman king concept is just really, it's about a army of women that protected a nation. You know what I'm saying? An army of women that protected a nation that had a king. And that was really all it is. So the marketing behind it, yes, three, I'm pretty sure Starbucks buying white women participated in bringing this to Hollywood, but it's the marketing tool to, right now the big consumer is black women.
Right.
So the best way to get black women on your side is you present them
Empower them.
Yeah, but you know, black women, you know, that's always a teeter of the strength conversation. Like, why do we always got to be strong? Why can't we be soft? So you have women that teeter on that. I just think as the men portion of it is, when we see that, we just be who we are as our individual self. Like, you know, in every, and I hear what you're saying too, Sean, like you come in a situation you come as yourself. But the thing about that is, in any relationship you start in, you're not that same person that you started. You're a whole different person. Because if you're not evolving in your relationship, because you have to learn from that person, and that person has to learn from you. You know, and so in any relationship as a man, we are programmed to be the provider. We're programmed to be the protector. We're programmed to, you know, when a man says, I mean, the Bible give us that, right? Whatever other doctrines we do, give us that. But when you start kind of looking at the world as it is, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Like, it's some things that she's going to do better than you. And so you're going to take not just her counsel, but her leadership in it. Because you're understanding that a good leader knows how to follow. Mm-hmm. That's on both sides. So instead of it being like, I know we say tag team, it's a tandem. It's a cohesion where it's like we live together in this because it's our land. I mean, the king and queen stuff to me is a trend thing, and I think millennials did that, so I apologize. I really do, because not too long ago it was brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I remember. Yeah, right on, brother. Right. Now it's
the
my
voices
king,
for me.
my queen. I'm like, seriously? All queens that had wigs. It just didn't make sense. The eyelashes, all that, you know? So what we're doing is playing a part in the trend of black culture, whatever we add into stuff, and we do it on a regular basis. I can't even lie. You know, when it comes down to it, submission is a thing that happens in all relationships, because you submit to whatever the idea of the person that you're with, but not of like, oh, I'm submitting because I have to submit to you. Yeah, you're not weak. You're learning from that person because you have to take your ego out of the whole situation. As black men, our egos is probably the best ego on the planet, because you can't tell us shit. I mean, you can demean us, you can talk shit about us, but our heads be high, even when they low. Even when they low.
That's a good thing, though. But that's a great thing, though.
That's just us.
That's a great thing, though.
But it is, but then it's not, because it hinders us, and we're not able to look up and actually see the things around us. We stay in that same bucket of gender fighting, gender roles. Listen, baby, and my wife here. Hey,
wife.
You go ahead and take that trash out. I ain't mad at you. I ain't want to do shit anyway. You get what I'm saying? That's a gender role. Like, we have concepts where it doesn't make sense to me, where we're talking about what a person.
Trash out unless I'm out of town. If I ain't out of town, nigga, she will walk past that trash 6 times.
And that's why I made kids. They got to do all that.
But see,
that's why I made
with my relationship is, I have one thing, and I say it's not even about. It's something you said earlier about just leading. We all make decisions in our house. So the reality is, it's not what I say. It's more of what I do. If I see something, I do something. If the dishes need washed, I wash the dishes. I ain't about to be like, it's your turn, it's your turn. Get these dirty dishes. I don't want no dirty dishes. If she see them, wash them. It is what it is. There's no conversation about it. I'm not doing no chore chart.
Come on, you a good roommate.
I'm just saying, man, because it's not. I think
I'm with you. I think that all of those views have changed tremendously.
Ain't no trash either.
Oh yeah, if I ain't out of town,
you touched the nerve with the trash thing.
My kids hate me,
and that's that old school. Like, no,
but my son and my son hate me because he gotta take that trash out. Like, I walk past that garbage can, and you know it's Tuesday, and that trash gotta go. You better bring that out, because I'm paying these bills. You working in here while for your keep, because you staying in the room that I'm paying for.
And you know what? It's crazy. You
damn right.
The unpleasant one.
My daughter be arguing about washing dishes.
But you know what? It's crazy
where you got
because
that definition from. He said he can't find that definition. By the way,
that definition of king.
Oh, just Google it. Literally.
Just Google it, bro.
Go on the phone.
Yeah, I did. I'm on. Am I on yet?
Yeah. Go ahead.
You on?
Yeah. I Googled it. That's not what came up, but that's not what I wanted to call. That's not what I called in about this time.
Did you spell it right?
I actually called in about the self-professed millennial that was just on the phone. That's a problem that we have because words do have power. Words have meaning. That is the reason that we were stripped of our languages when we were brought over here. Because those are the ways that we communicate our history and the things that make us who we are. So when you use words in a different stating than what the majority of people are used to them being mean, if it's not something that is cultural, it can be damaging. So we have to get beyond it. I think, and not being judgmental, but I think that's one of the things that a lot of millennials in this point in this time frame are dealing with, because a lot of millennials are like, oh, there's not really any racism. It's just the way that y'all old people are seeing it. So there are things that we have out there, but we have to understand that words and the way that they are put into our spaces are important, and it matters. And that's why I said the thing about, you know, like, and just to be funny, I did Google the definition of kick. The first 5 things, I still have yet to see anything that said what what I heard somebody on, I don't know who it was, because I was driving when I heard it. But everything, all of them, the majority of them all say the same thing: a male, a man, a male. There was only one that just reaches and says a male sovereign monarch, you know, or sovereign or monarch. All of those, all the definitions on the first page of Google that I see have that in it. They have a male in it.
Don't text and drive.
And so it's like, no, I didn't. I said I was doing that while I was driving. I did that when I got home.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't do the texting and driving like that. I just saw an accident. I wasn't going to be doing that. But no, I mean, but we really have to understand this. And yeah, somebody, and I guess I don't know if they would be funny or making a joke about when they said, yeah, the 3 white women probably, yeah, they are probably jealous. They probably are envious. And so they're going to do something to me. Is I'm looking at it the opposite way. I don't look at it as they were doing it in an adoration form. Again, you're looking at posting or pushing masculine, attributes onto females. They only do that with black women because, to somebody's point, and I'm trying to remember which one the service is on that. There is a show right now. It's either on Prime Video, I think, or HBO Max, that is about a white woman who is a warrior leading her people, or who will be leading her people. Guess what? She's a princess on that show. The title of the show is The Princess something or other. They didn't make her a prince. They didn't take that white woman and give her any male attributes. She can be the woman and be all of that. And see, this is the thing that y'all got to realize. Black women have been that. They have been everything. They have been the rulers. They have been the warriors. And they are still women. They are still soft when it needs to be. They are who they are totally. That's what we have to get away from. Yes, I heard James say it. I know ask a cop in the same frame of mind. If I'm in a relationship and you don't take no garbage out while I'm around, you don't cut no grass, you don't do none of that if I'm in place. Now, if I'm gone and it needs to be done, that's a different story. So there should be gender roles, in my opinion, but that doesn't make that doesn't make her more masculine because she's handling gender roles when she's on her own. And that's what we have to get away from. We teach I taught my daughters. My daughters know how to do everything. They know how to change a tire. They didn't even see me change the oil. But guess what I did? I went out and bought them AAA. So they ain't got to do that.
That ain't necessary.
And that's what we have to do. You still prepare your daughters the same as you should prepare your daughters the same as you prepare your son. Except, I ain't even gonna say that. You prepare because they're gonna be by themselves to a certain point until they get to somebody else. But we have to stop thinking that I'm saying this last one more time. We just have to stop thinking that just because a woman does things that a man does, a black woman does it, and it makes her masculine. We have to stop letting people, just like the strong and independent, and sisters are always asking, why I always got to be strong? No, baby, you do it when you need to, but we're there with you. I'm sorry. All right.
Yeah, you was on that soapbox. I ain't mad at you. I think I'm listening, and it kind of sounds like you contradicted yourself when it come down to it. It's like you said you.
Okay, please explain where I did that at.
I will. Got to scratch my forehead. So you said you showed your daughters how to change oil, change tire, normal stuff that a dad should do anyway, and that's admirable. And you said you got them AAA. So the thing is, like you said, you prepared them. So the reality is, you still gave them man's work. You get what I'm saying?
No, I mean,
because you
no. See here,
something about it. Hold on, brother, you driving? I'm trying to help you.
Go ahead.
So
no, I'm at home now. I ain't driving no more.
Great. So what I'm listening to is it sounds like you're saying, the gender roles should still stay in place. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I think that's an opinion for everybody to do whatever they do in their relationship. But I think the evolution of the thought process is understanding that what Mega said something earlier about women don't necessarily need men anymore the way that the old world, put them in, where it was like, the reason why doors were so damn heavy back then, that's why man had to open the motherfucker.
Right.
She couldn't open it because it was a heavy door. Like, it wasn't because
she don't know how to open the door.
I love you, I'm opening this door. No, motherfucker, use your muscles, open this door. Right. Yeah. So we're in a different world where you can understand that a woman, I'm not gonna say a woman can do what a man can do, and a man can't do what a woman do. The reality is understanding that the things that we thought that only women should not be privy to no longer exist. Like, it's things that if a single mom is by herself and she has to take out the trash, maybe she know how to change brakes. She's an independent woman. But if a woman that is married got her man in the house and she be like, babe, I'm gonna go take out the trash real quick. That's what's the difference besides being single and a man in the house? She's still doing what she know should be done in the collective of the house. My whole thing is understanding that it's not a millennial thing, it's an evolution thing. When you start evolving your thought processes, I'm a unit. I'm not a separate. I don't have to be, yes, I can still be a man and hold up my manhood, but that means me being a man stands for whatever it means for me. It doesn't have to be the general broad process that we keep giving it, because every man is different, like every woman is different. So you have dominance in a relationship, whether it's a man or a woman. So some men are more quiet than some women. You have introverts, extroverts. We're talking about the dynamics of the human species. You know what I'm saying? So when we get to black people, we talk about, like, we're only battling the simplicities. We're black. We have so many arrays. So many arrays. Good job, so Benji. I just want to make sure that we bring it back where it's like, we talking about the woman king, a marketing ploy that definitely got millions of dollars.
Right.
Well, you know what? So,
it's just so.
I'm gonna ask you one question real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me ask this question real quick before I go into showing you where I did not contradict myself and explaining what that process means. You just said that the woman king is a marketing ploy.
Yes.
Explain the concept. What did they do?
Okay.
What did they do with the woman king?
Okay, so what the woman king was, like I said earlier, they were talking. Right now the biggest marketing towards. When it comes to black people, we are the greatest people to market to because we buy into it.
Women control most of the money.
If you look into the story of Edward R. Murrow or anyone that does anything that's towards building an audience, they always start at the black consumer. So when they start at the black consumer, they get their ratings up, they get their money up front, and then boom, they switch. UPN, CW, the WB. I'm going off networks, Fox. Wait. You got to think about it. Exactly. So BET. So the reality is
Netflix
they use us as consumers. So what they're doing now is, because the wave of black women that is entrepreneurship, independent, Beyonce just dropped an album, Rihanna is pregnant. All right, let's goddamn go with Woman King. I guarantee you they shopped around that title before they did it because it's to cause controversy. I will agree with you where it is emasculating.
It's to cause controversy?
Yeah.
What kind of controversy did it cause?
Well, it causes the controversy of in the black culture. to have this conversation.
conversation.
Of talking about kings.
Okay, so hold up. You know what?
So
Hold
what
up.
was the intent?
I want to stop you right there because that's my point.
Hold on. Go ahead, Angelo.
No, I just want to know what was the intent of the
And the intent is really just to get one. And that's why I was saying I will agree. It is the intent to create a separation of thinking like, as a man, why is she a woman? And how is she as a man, how is she a king and she a woman? And I understand that. But you also got to look at, this is Hollywood. The whole point is to have you having a discussion about something this simple. The only thing you got to do is not watch the movie and not give a fuck. That's really it. I mean, but reality, I always look at it like, because I have a dual mentality. So I'm looking at both sides without doing a one-way direction. I look at life as duality. You can't have an open without a close. You can have a close without an open. So the thing is, when you see both sides and just look back and look at the whole thing, it's all a ploy of marketing. Yes, create controversy as well. But the whole point is, well, with men, of course, putting black men in dresses. Of course, I will agree. It is an agenda.
Okay, so let me
is an agenda.
Let me say this then. So hold on. So here's the thing that I want to comment on with that. Here's the comment that just listening to what you said. This is what you need to think about. The first thing is having that dual consciousness can be detrimental at times. I'm not saying all the time, because the key in life and relationships and everything is balance, and you have to be able to be balanced in your relationship. So let's go back to the first thing before I say that. When you talked about when you said I contradicted myself.
Right.
Just because I gave my daughter the skill set to take care of herself, because I understood one thing: she's not always going to have a man in her presence to do certain things, and I don't want her to have to be there and not be able to take care of herself if the situation arises. That is not contradicting myself. That is preparing her for life in this world where she's out there. She could be out somewhere with a dude who claimed that he got a problem with his car, and he drive a stick, and he don't know that she know how to drive a stick. So she get in the car, drive the hell off, and he's trying to do something crazy. If she's somewhere, you can't giving your children skills does not take away from her femininity. It doesn't do that. It's just like me teaching my son how to cook. My son knows how to cook because I needed him to be able to eat when his ass was at home and he's by himself. He doesn't have to have anybody there to do those things. That is not contradicting when you're doing that. But I still am going to be her father, and I'm going to make it simple for her to not have to do those things if she doesn't have to. That's why I buy AAA. And that's just like the garbage stuff. We know. Hold on. It's just like the garbage stuff that the brothers are using. That's the easiest one that we say. That is something that boys and men will just naturally were taught to do. Take out the garbage. Take out the garbage. So there are certain roles that are around the man that you're going to do that. Now we understand that if he's sitting there with a broke leg, yeah, of course she's going to take out the garbage. If he's sick, she's still going to do everything. It's still balancing. Just like if she's sick, he's going to take up the other duties. He's going to wash the dishes. He's going to cook the food. And something I heard while I was driving. When I was married, I was the one who was the paternal parent with my kids. I was doing the homework. I was going to all of the school plays. Right. And here, I worked overnight and I ran my business during the day. So it's a matter of wanting to do those things that you're talking about. But I'm going to get off the soapbox and I'm going to go ahead and throw back in and listen. Appreciate y'all, man. I'm going to have to get back in the studio soon.
All right. Hold on. Number one said, so let me get this straight. If I plant flowers, wash dishes, do laundry, I'm a woman. But if I cut grass, check my oil, change the tire, take the trash out, do my own books, I'm a man.
Yes.
Yo,
that's 100.
That's what they're saying, Anita.
As a millennial thought, yes, you are the king of your.
You're a woman king.
So yes. I'm gonna say this on Roy's point. I think Roy. I agree 100% on the part of words have power. And I think we're fooling ourselves if we believe words don't have power. Those words have a meaning. The name of that movie had a certain meaning and certain intent. And I think I think most have acknowledged that there's an intent there. Yeah. You know what I mean? The intent in terms of, the actual topic was, the demasculation and also putting the black woman in that power role. You know what I mean? Now,
God forbid.
No. Is there anything wrong with being a power role? Of course it's not. However, the title has meaning. You know what I mean? We can say king is just a word, queen is just words, but words have meaning. You know what I mean? Words are powerful. And if they're using those words, you know, Roy said it could be warrior queen, you know, or warrior something. You know what I mean? It doesn't make her seem like a man. And I would think women were probably more insulted by the fact that you title me as that more so than even men. You know what I mean? Wait a minute. Why do I have to be a king? Why do I have to be looked at as a man, quote unquote, in a man title if I'm a woman? Why do you look at me that way as a black woman? You know what I mean? So I think that shows power. That shows those words have power. Those words have meaning. So warrior queen, you know what I mean? You know, queen, whatever. Like you said, there's been plenty of black women leaders. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. But does she have to be called a title that we categorize in a man's role? And that's what I'm talking about in terms of the intent. And I think that's why I agree with him in terms of words have power, words have certain meanings, and the intent of those words can be used to demasculate.
I think we're underestimating the Hollywood machine.
Florida. The kitchen in the bedroom.
And it's
Hey,
cute though
man.
because
That was absolutely
hold up.
hilarious. We've been laughing about that for the last 5 minutes.
My man KK put up there, in the words of James Evans, the kitchen in the bedroom, Florida. The kitchen in the bedroom, Florida. Hey man, that is hilarious.
That
Yo,
was.
hey,
That was funny.
Yo, you know what's so interesting though is that we put so much emphasis on what the millennials care about and what Generation Z care about. And what I was whispering, you know, there's a whole generation that they don't
Weren't
understand.
really whispering, by the way.
I wasn't. I know. I was talking. Yeah, I learned. I don't know where I learned this at.
everybody out there
I
heard.
heard your whisper, but go.
What the millennials and Generation Z and all these other people talking about baby boomers, there's a generation that's about to be running the world way before them. And so they're going to have a lot of problems when Generation X, we're the ones next that's taking over. So we're listening to everything, but we're more of a simple like, nah, that's that. So I can't wait to see what happens in the next 10, 15 years when Generation X, because all of y'all up here is Generation X. We're running the world. You are X.
Yeah.
We're Generation
After
X.
the baby boomers gave birth to Generation X.
Yeah, baby boomers were just fucking. So that's why
Right. They gave birth to Generation X.
We Generation X.
Yeah, Generation X.
Yeah.
When were you born? What year were you
Generation
born?
X, millennials, and
What year?
60s.
Right, you Generation X.
I just thought I was an old ass
Yeah,
dude.
I'm
That's
an
the problem.
older millennial.
We're gonna be taking over the world.
I know they made like a hybrid class. I think for our age group.
Really?
Zennials.
Because we
Right, so
we
we're-
these babies.
It's some other. Let me tell you.
We're gonna be the ones
crack
running everything.
Yeah.
So
Shit.
it all sounds good, but
Well, those-
if we don't buy it, it ain't gonna rock. So we're the ones that they always forget about talking about that Generation X group. Everything is millennials, everything is Generation Z, but there's a whole group of people that's next in line to take over this world, and it's us. So all the stuff they talk about, everything that they get, yeah, it sound good, it sound whatever, but we're more of a like, hey, this is this, that's that. So there's gonna be a lot of riots and wars because we ain't really with everything.
I didn't know that we
Going
was
to be a lot
Generation X.
Going to be a lot of riots and wars.
There's gonna be a lot of riots and wars.
I thought
Generation X.
Generation X was
That ain't no
after us.
different than
Let me
any
say
other
this.
generation.
I think I'll end it off like this.
we do is
My daughter and her mother went and seen it along with my goddaughter and her mother. You know, they went to see it together. You know what I'm saying? They enjoyed the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's, you know, starring black actors. So, you know, we've already went out there to see it. I think we still need to go support it, you know, title and different. You know what I'm saying? I think we should support, you know, our culture. Because I think that if anything I'll say is, like you said, even though you say that masculinity is under attack, I think that the culture is under attack. I think it's, you know, it's for sale, you know what I'm saying, and we're giving it out at an alarming rate and not getting anything in return, because it's some other things that's out there that I feel like is degrading our culture. Because I think, like you said, if anything, I think the title for our culture isn't positive. You know what I'm saying? If it was something else, we still would go out and see it in droves, but now we're having this conversation. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely think that, you know.
I mean, I agree. I think the culture's always been under attack. That hasn't changed. You know what I mean? So I think it's bigger than. I wouldn't say bigger than. It's a part. It's still a part of the culture. You know, so going out to support is not the issue. You know what I mean? I try to support everything that I consider as black film, black, you know, actors, actresses, what have you. You know, but
thank you.
In terms of in terms of that culture part you're speaking of, right? So if we are looking at our culture and what this is doing to it in terms of you're taking a group of black women, and this is just thought processes from conversations, and they're the warriors, okay? They're the warriors. So where are the men? Where are your men warriors at? Are you sending a signal of the women saying, I don't need you to go into the bank to sign that loan anymore. I don't need you to do this anymore. I don't need this anymore. So what the thought is, so it's another symbol of saying, we don't need men. We can do all this on our own. You know what I mean? And I just think that's the part of that culture attack that makes men feel that demasculation part. You know what I mean? That's what.
Because in Black Panther they had the women warriors and they was listening to the king.
The women warriors were fighting alongside.
This is also factual though.
But
this is also
one
factual.
of them was called the king.
Not one was called the queen. The warriors.
The Dora Milaje is based off the Home. So
Right.
the concept is still based off the warriors that protected the king.
Right.
So the warrior army, the reason why those women, it was a plethora of women, and the reason why it happened like that, because the men were killed off. So they started training the women as warriors. So one of the generals, which is, I'm assuming played by Viola Davis, is one of the baddest generals they've ever had. So when they were, what white people do, once they do their thing of colonization and trying to bribe their way into their culture and all that stuff, they weren't having it. His closest advisor was the general, which happened to be a woman. He trusted her so much. He respected her more than he could respect himself. So he literally was like, shit, you're the king.
She knows.
Because you run this. I'm here. I got my 8 women, like you said.
He's a figurehead.
But somehow she the pimp. So
it's like, it's like we forget about like this whole stuff is so retarded. It's like you forget that there was Nefertiti, right? And he's like, we've had this already. We know that those queen female warriors exist, especially black women, right? If you go back to Babylon, the person that ran Babylon was a woman, Queen Semiramis. To this day, they still hail Queen Semiramis.
What was her name again?
Semiramis.
Now, what was the first title you said?
Queen.
Oh,
Semiramis. She ran the whole thing. She's the one that gave birth to Titus.
These are also titles coming from the King James Version of the Bible, written by a European white man who dominated and ruled over us. But I'm just saying.
The Statue of Liberty is Queen Semiramis.
Yeah, same
These are all
concept.
titles. This is the language. If we want to be all technical about it, this ain't even our language. So we're arguing over words that historically, genetically are not coded into us. So I'm just saying we could go in so many directions with this for a reason.
They weren't called queens and kings.
They were called kings and queens, but a lot of this terminology comes out
What
of
were they called?
Comes out of medieval times. And we're also, and I think, and I want to be very clear for anyone listening, because a lot of the perspective that's being shared is a lot of our cultural perspective as black people is coming out of being born into a Christian society, right? Westernized Christian, So I'm just saying, if we're gonna have this conversation in these authentic, real ways, a lot of what we're talking about, we still not digging deep enough. Because the truth of the matter is that language was given to you by the white man.
But
just facts.
And you know what? Because again,
and I'm saying given to you so we don't get into all of the atrocities that were really placed upon us. When
good friend of mine, he has his own podcast and everything, and he does this. He doesn't even. It's not even podcast. He basically does a Facebook Live, and said, you don't remember him, but he's called in on the show a couple of times, and played flag football with him back in the day. He detests the words king and queen. He can't stand it, us using it. And I get it. But let's face it, everybody is not reading.
Especially Kanye.
Everybody is going on what is in the here and now. King and queen is actually part of it right now. Right now it is. It is. And I get what you're saying, and you're right. And he's right about that too. But right now, it is a part of it. So when you make it a part of it, no different than male and female, even though they kind of mixing those words up too. But
those are scientific terms.
Yeah, you know. But again, when you're using the words that's used now, again, let's face it. Everybody is not there. It's the here and now. It's the microwave society. It's what's on social media. It's what's on TikTok. It's what's on Instagram. The stuff on Instagram doesn't go back deep enough.
Right.
And so a lot of people, I'm not even going to just say millennials, some generation Xers has never looked into their history. Mm-hmm. They're going on what they see right now, here and now. King and queen. King is a man, queen is a woman. So when they look at that and they see Viola Davis, and I saw part of her interview. She's always wanted to play a role like this. I wonder if she was a part of the process of the naming of the movie, the titling of the movie. I would love. I don't know.
I think given the conversation, we're kind of taking that title in this other way to kind of. But the reality is, from a marketing standpoint, that title really had less to do with the intent that you all are hinting at. It was really the fact that it's the same thing to capitalize off of Black Girl. It's about women empowerment, to get women to come to the movie to show up. So I tell you, I say woman king, and what are women gonna do? Damn, what did that sister do?
Wait for the hashtag.
What did that sister do? How did she get? You know,
I
see what I'm
that.
saying? So it's not this agenda of we're gonna title it this and that's gonna divide the black people even further. That's not how their numbers run.
And you know what?
They went through so many titles and they settled on that after they did market research, after they ran that through, and they said, listen, same as I was saying earlier, like when King B about Beyonce. It's the same. Everything's not about tearing the black man down. I really want y'all to let go of that. I want us to let go of that so that we can really embrace each other and empower each other and build each other up.
Hold on. You know what? The crazy thing is, when me and him was having this conversation about this topic, I told him that a topic that I wanted to do was, when will we recognize that it's not against us, and sometimes it's just not for us.
Correct.
Yeah,
and not gonna do it tonight.
Not today.
Not tonight.
Okay.
And I want you back for that one. But when do we? And this has been going back, years and years. You're a millennial. You was a kid.
If that.
And there was partners of mine that was going, man, they gave that motherfucker job because he was white. I said, man, how about maybe your ass just didn't qualify for the motherfucking job? When do we stop using that as a crutch or an excuse and start saying that we have to do better? Well, I know we have to. Everybody say we have to be bigger and better to beat the other man. But sometimes, especially if it's a Generation X, a millennial that's actually doing a decision making, sometimes it's just about who is better for the position or who is better for whatever it is. And sometimes you just have to recognize, you know what? I wasn't good enough. It's not that I was black. It's just that I was good. So we're not going to get into that tonight, but we're going to get into that real soon.
The interesting thing is that we talking about king and queen, right? If you really want to go into it, okay, king and queen is a European thing, right? But in Africa, they had emperors and empress, right? So who was the emperor, who was the empress, right? And when she took control, she was the empress, right? So when you watch Shaka Zulu, he was an emperor. Like, these things have been going on forever, but it's this thing that's going on in society where it's what's a man, what's a woman, what's a male, what's this. It's like, it's okay for there to be an emperor and there to be an empress. And at this time, if this is her rule, she's an empress. Like, I don't understand what's the problem behind that.
It's not the problem.
She's not called emperor.
Because she's not.
Well,
But why are you so mad if you want to call herself? Y'all be
Yeah,
wasting
because
time.
Answer your question.
Right, she's not a man.
There's the answer to your question.
You could be taking out the trash while you worried about why she being called king.
But that's what I'm saying though. It's rooted in Latin. You know what I'm saying, to differentiate what gender's speaking. So that's what you kind of go into the words that we have now. So you use empress, emperor, Pharisees, and pharaoh. Those are still based in Latin terminologies of separating the genders so you can understand what it means for that gender. That's just normal. Well, that's ancient speak. The thing is when you start understanding that you can create words, and that's just kind of how it is. I mean, remember, bling bling wasn't a word, and now it's in the dictionary. So it's like when you start being able to understand that. Yeah, it is. Like if you look into it, it's kind of funny because it was a sound effect, and now it's an actual terminology.
But I get what you're saying, right? And I'm not saying it's that. Why is it a problem, right? Because at the end of the day, so at some point in time, where we're going towards is there's no more men, there's no more women, they're just people, right? It seems like that's where we're going. So if that's where we're going, then this conversation is null and void because that's the direction that we're gonna go in, right? But if we're talking about now, there's a man, there's a woman, there's king, there's a queen, there's an emperor, there's empress. Why is that a problem?
Before we answer that question,
Well, before we do that though, when he said, okay, well, the woman did so good or whatever, so it's like, all right, then you the king. Like a man has to, succeed to her. Like, it sounds like some punk ass shit to me. Like,
She didn't like that.
why can't it just be like, yo, bag, you did your thing? You know what I'm saying? Why it got to be, all right, then you the king.
I never said that.
Yes, you did. You
No, I
was
didn't.
like,
That was him.
Oh,
He was talking to his wife.
She's talking about when you were describing Woman King and the story just now. Yeah, but he was.
You talking about when you said it?
Yeah, it was.
You didn't say it to your wife.
Like,
I got you.
I
got you.
It sounded like I said, why does it have to be like, okay, you did maybe better than me, so I'll go ahead and give it to you, versus it just being like, yo, you did your thing.
So
you're
there's
still the queen.
And I think that's a good point that you brought up. I think
it like, because he looked at it like how we all looking at king, or everyone's looking at king, right?
From a point
For
of
him
equity.
to just say, hey, you know what, you the king, because now everybody got to respect more what she's saying is an equal to him. I mean, I'm just going off the story now. I'm not saying I seen the movie. I don't know how it ended.
No, I get what
none
you're
of us
saying.
have really seen it. I want to bring it back to what the topic is.
right
If you
now.
bring it back to what the topic is, I agree with what you said. Because what I think is happening now, and a lot of black males aren't going to like this, but there's a large part of us that aren't bringing much to the table, but yet they want to be considered in the consideration and be the man. And it doesn't have nothing to do with money-wise, but there's so many brothers that are limited because of choices they've made in life and things they do, and now they want to push up on somebody that took the time to earn it and gain it. And the same thing that what is a black male and you're in a white-dominated society, you work your way to get to a certain point, and when you do, you want to wear it and get your props for that. So I think what's happening now, you have a lot of undeserving black males that are getting their feathers ruffled because they're not getting accepted by a certain segment of the female population that's really not out of their league saying somebody's better than somebody, but when you haven't taken the time to achieve, and everybody's saying, well, she should consider that garbage man. She shouldn't, no, I shouldn't say the profession, but
Sanitation
you're
worker.
asking her to accept something that's maybe below, that's the wrong way to put it.
that's
You know
right.
what I'm saying.
You saying no. But you're saying it right. You're saying it
If
right.
she took the time to achieve at a certain level, all she's asking, basically saying, is
Meet her.
she wants somebody that's on her level to meet her because she knows if it's not a man of intellect, he's not going to be able to comprehend she has ideas too.
And there's-
Can I be honest with you?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Infectors,
There's
and
nothing
you're
wrong
around
with that,
infectors a
but-
lot, and you have to deal with them. They have a very, very
But
Archie Bunker type attitude towards male and female relationships.
And I know where you're going.
Yeah, because
there's choices. There's choices. There's choices.
Everybody has something to bring to the table, right?
Like my woman, like they own it.
It depends on what table you going to, right?
Yeah.
So even that guy that you calling infected or something or whatever the hell you want to call him, and he from around the way or whatever, he may not know this and that. There's somebody for him where he be able to inspire them in some way or do something, bring something to that table. You're talking about guys coming up and they go into a situation that they ain't ready for, that they can't bring to nothing to that table. That's not a wide majority of the guys. Cause after a while, he's sitting down there talking to Shorty and he kicking it with her. You know, she on a different level. It ain't gonna work. Everything we gonna smash and dash.
I'm talking about Atlanta. It's 17-1. The breakdown in Atlanta is 17-1.
We smashing and
so if
dashing.
it's 17-1, if it's 17-1, you got to realize if the numbers is 17-1 in Atlanta, and then when you take, you got a heterosexual woman, it's 17-1. She's targeting that one heterosexual male, but when you look at alphabets and when you look at undesirables, I mean people that are fucked up their life so much that you really don't want to mess with them, then it's like probably 25-1.
So let me ask you a question.
Now you're asking her, so you're asking, nobody would ask a man that took the time to get a doctorate or took the time to get a master's that's running a business.
Why wouldn't you?
You wouldn't ask that damn man to go and marry. He wouldn't, look at that. What do we say about Tiger Woods when he cheated on the chick, married basically umpar, which is a maid? A fancy word for a nanny, umpar, whatever. But then he went to the Waffle House to cheat. He went to the Waffle House to cheat, and everybody says, "Why would he go to the Waffle House to cheat?"
Because he wants them.
But when you're putting it on the term,
Grand Slam.
So when you're taking on the other level and you're asking a woman and you're getting upset because she's just reaching high and she wants somebody that's on her intellectual level.
So she gotta go
if
find
you're sitting
that.
up there saying you're gonna meet somebody that has not achieved or is not reaching and trying to go, why should she have to force herself?
But that's her
to sit
fault.
through
All right,
a conversation in the hood?
That's her fault.
But check this out, though.
Hey, look.
This is something I actually witnessed. All right, you had at our football tournament in Chicago, there was a conversation being had, and one of the guys' wives jumped in the conversation and making her points, and one of our guys, who's very, very outspoken, kind of took a step back in the conversation because that was somebody else's wife, so he didn't want to go all in. You know what I mean? And then she slaps hand with the other girl, talking about, yeah, because I'm an alpha female.
It's not really a thing.
That's not even. That's not a.
Alpha is not really
That's not a thing.
But that's what she,
That's social
but now
media.
I say that because she's the breadwinner in the house. He has a job. He works.
Right.
He has a decent, but she clearly makes more, and she totally took control of the conversation.
Right.
He sat back.
That's what she wants.
That might be where that man is comfortable.
That's what she wants,
Like a
though.
puppy. But then she goes and says, I'm the alpha
And see,
female.
Because she got a
That's
big.
But then again, you're sitting at a table.
That's
but,
not a
but,
thing.
But see, the difference is,
Spared you.
but you got to realize
Low.
that might be
We
who
looked
she
around
is.
like-
right.
And it might be who
That
he
could be
is.
who
Right,
she
and
is,
that's what
because you
made
got to
them a couple.
realize
It
what's
might be
changing.
who he is.
Okay, just like this.
From the man's
We work
standpoint,
together.
she-
You know we two alphas. So if a woman achieves the same thing, she's gonna start getting naturally certain mannerisms and taught things that you get when you go to the top. You get that alpha dog in you. You're not, all alpha dogs aren't born. So if you have a woman that's in a dominating position, and if she marries a male that's a B-type personality, she's gonna, now I wouldn't be disrespectful that way. That's just like if your wife, you wouldn't do something in public to disrespect her. But a lot of the women now are assuming a more controlling role because they're knowing how to control a situation. So you can judge if you know how to do it yourself. If somebody's not coming right with it, you're gonna correct it.
So
if
what
you
if-
don't, you're
But
not
my
being
thing
true
is-
to
But
who you are.
that's
Yeah.
who
What
she's choosing to deal with. Like, I don't understand. This thing has not changed from the last 100
But it's
years.
also who he's choosing
right,
to
and
be.
who he's choosing to be. So at the end of the day, it's like, yo, I don't give a fuck what your job is outside. right? We come into the crib, we talking, we chopping it up, we got dialogue. There's some things information that I'm more privy to that I know that you may not know, and I'm sitting there learning. Just like when she's talking, wow, baby, you thought of it that way? Oh, that's what's up. That's why I married you. That's why I'm with you. But a lot of these things that we talking about, I don't think I think we put light on the fucked up relationships versus putting light on the real relationships. I don't think that, and then this is me, in my humble opinion, well, I ain't humble, in my opinion, at the end of the day, I feel like, yo, there's somebody for everybody. And I feel like at the end, too many times we're out there trying to tell you what a man is supposed to be, what a man's supposed to act like. No, if a woman tell you what a man's supposed to be, that's the man that she want. That don't mean that I gotta be that way, because I ain't for you. And there's a woman that's gonna like the man that I am. Just because I ain't the man for you and I ain't your cup of tea, don't mean I ain't a good man.
Right. I feel
agree
there's
with you.
choices.
I agree with you, Sean.
I totally believe that there's choices on both sides, not just men, not just one. There's choices on both sides of what you want to be with. And you know, if you come together, you come together. But this young lady here has to get ready to go.
Oh, he said it like my ride outside.
Right. I'll say, did you call a lift?
My mama called. My mama.
I wanted to get it in real quick before somebody else says something else. So go ahead and let us know something that you're doing and everything, how people can follow you and all that good
stuff. I want to say thank y'all. First of all, nice meeting you. And Classic Cop. And hey, Angelo, always a pleasure. Jay, I appreciate you. Sugar Sean, you know what I'm saying? He said, I ain't remember him from 4 years ago. And I smoke a lot of weed. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but it came to me.
You really had to put that on television.
It came to me. Nah, I'm just saying. So I appreciate y'all. And thank you for having me. I'll be here the first week in December. I'll be featuring first week in December. That'll be right after my birthday. Okay. I'll be 46.
All right. Hey,
I know I turned 46 5 years ago.
Right. I'm like, you done already told on yourself.
I was gonna say, I thought I heard something earlier, but go ahead, do what you do.
Yeah.
Look, the men were listening then.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk. Oh, next week. That's the first one.
Next Tuesday.
I will.
Next Tuesday.
Sunday coming up at the American Legion, we'll be doing, when I say we, I mean me and Doodoo Brown, we're going to be doing a special reading of the book of Job. It's going to be so dope. You ain't never seen the book of Job read like this by Doodoo Brown.
At the American Legion in Mayweather?
Sunday at 3 o'clock.
In Mayweather?
Yes. $10 tickets, but consider it your tithes. It's going to be like church. And then they're going to have soul food plates, $5 a plate. It's going to be real nice, man. Yes, if you like church and you want to see something different, because Doodoo is an ordained minister, so... Hey, Pastor John in the building Sunday, 3 o'clock, American Legion.
Doodoo deep, man.
The reading of Job, like you ain't never seen it before. Nigga, he move his shoulder. This nigga do some amazing stuff on the reading of Job. So that's Sunday, the 25th at the American Legion. Thank y'all again for having me.
Thank you, Sunshine.
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, Rochester's Finest on Instagram, and Tasha McCutcheon, the infamous Tasha McCutcheon on Facebook. Thank you again. Like I said, I appreciate being here. It seemed like the lighting was good. I hope my lace front wasn't. I don't know how it looked, you know what I'm saying? But I hope
it's working.
Good. I took time on it. Thank y'all again.
Thank you, Sunshine.
Thank you, Sunshine.
You're welcome.
Nah.
Oh, no. Oh, he's talking about.
No,
Give you a little bit more room. You need the mic?
I don't have a number.
Nah, you good.
I don't have a number. I don't have a number. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
But you take that role because it's superficial.
All right, you can go back on the mic. Y'all have a deep conversation without us. It's classic conversation. We all involved in this. So what were you guys talking about?
Okay, this is what I got to say on that. Is we talked about a little bit. What's happening is that you have females that a lot of times they accepted a male back, if you go back 10 years, 15 years, because they wanted to, okay, I need a man that can take care of me, that can be a good provider, and they can be everything else. Now women are doing it themselves, and they've been in charge for so long that now they want a partner. And what I think, and it's just being honest, if you look at just at Clark University or any AU center school other than Morehouse,
shout out to
there's so many women that are doing far better than males in the African American community that a lot of them feel that they're being left behind because they are. Black males aren't going to school, okay? A lot of them aren't getting trades. And then when you put the alphabet quotient in there, and then when you put the prisoner quotient in there, and then you put the ones that are never do wells in there, there's very few women for them to date.
But see, the problem that I have with what you're saying, dog, is that everything that you said about men was negative. Do you know there's some? Wait. Hear me out. There's some positive guys out there that's doing their thing.
Yes, of course.
But I mean, the way you make it seem is that we're of the minority out this motherfucker.
That's
I think he's
in Atlanta.
Am I right? Is that what it sounds like?
That's what
But when you look at it,
doing.
I'm saying when you look at it, you guys ain't out there dating. If you're out there
But
dating,
there's
and
other
what you
guys.
see-
I know
There's
guys.
a lot of guys that's making it, and the guys that are out there that are making it, that's in them six-figure incomes, I'm telling you, it's about 35 to 1. I'm telling you, I'm just being real because when you see it,
I don't believe that because
you're not out there.
This the reason why I believe that you see that because you've been around the infected for so long that you don't recognize that.
No, when I go out, I don't
hear
go
me
out
out. I was just out this week, 7 days with some dudes, some men, that's doing their thing, and they were numbers.
Exactly.
So don't act as if they're not out
being
there.
realistic about it because what you're talking about.
You're not.
If you're Because
if
you looking at it, you don't date. You go out there with your wife.
No.
If you're going to cigar bars, you're going to a location.
But
where
I
people
know guys.
with money go.
But I
a cigar
know
bar
guys.
is where people with money go.
And there's
When
a
you
lot
go-
of them.
When you go and look,
because you're hanging out in
Exactly.
zone 4 all the time.
No, I don't hang nowhere
everybody
in
look
zone
like
1.
that.
No, not at all. I don't go to zone 4 at all.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't go to zone 4 at all.
Everybody that's
I don't go
successful
zone
did
4
not
at
go to
all.
college.
What I'm saying, I'm not saying
There's a
that.
lot of guys
What I'm
that
saying
six-figure
is,
incomes
what's
didn't go to
happening?
college.
That's why it's 17 to 1 in Atlanta. And when you talking
I
black
don't
to
believe
white,
it's 17
black
to
to
1.
white, it's out there.
I don't believe it's 17 to 1 anymore.
Oh, it is. Exactly, it's 17 to 1. It's 17 to 1.
I don't believe that. I don't
That's
believe
two
that.
people that are out there dating. Tell you, it's
I don't
17
believe
to
it.
1.
He ain't out there dating.
Well, not dating, but out there around it because
She like, he better not be.
You ain't out there dating either. You
let's
you
ask
got
the
a
female.
child and you living with your
have a lot
girl.
of single female friends.
No, don't get
correct?
yourself in trouble up here tonight. You about to get yourself in trouble. Stop talking. Stop
What did I say
talking.
about
Don't grab the
dating
mic.
game,
Don't
right?
grab the mic, Dwayne.
First
Give
and
it-
foremost,
give your wife the mic real quick. Give your wife the mic.
My girlfriend does not watch this show. But second off,
her friends do.
I do agree with Axa Cop when he says
17 to 1.
no. It's more than that because what
Exactly.
he's
You
saying.
I don't believe
hold on. Let me finish.
I don't believe that.
Let me say this: in the world, women outnumber us.
He talking about Atlanta. He don't think about nothing else but
Atlanta's one of
Atlanta.
the worst
So let me
locations.
say
He
this.
don't think about nothing else but
breaking
Atlanta. He
down
don't
the
think
stats.
about no other
Let me
city.
say this: like he said, he's
I go to
breaking it
Chicago.
down
I
in
go to LA.
numbers. At Clark Atlanta, when we got on campus, this is in 2003. This is when I went to campus.
Clark Atlanta, this big.
So hold on. Let me say this. If it's a microcosm of society, it was 18 to 1,
sorry.
right?
I ain't believing
that
that
was the ratio of women that were at college as opposed to men at college. So for every 18 women, there was one male.
Now we're just going with
Clark
college.
Atlanta.
So
And that was
only
just- hold on,
successful
let me-
black
hold on,
men went to
let me-
college?
hold on, let me-
No, that's not. That wasn't. That wasn't.
I mean,
where,
that's what it sounds like.
No, that wasn't where he was going though. That wasn't where he was going.
You cut me off.
That's what he just said.
Very intelligent.
So let me say this: that is going to college. It is 18 women to 1 man
In college.
In college.
I'm talking about college.
Okay,
I'm talking about in life, period.
Right, but the reality is though, what they're saying is that women that are educated on that level, what he's talking about is if she's seeking someone on her own level, if she's seeking someone who did go to college, you're not there, is what he's saying in the same
Well, see,
capacity.
okay,
That's all he's saying.
If you're seeking someone
numbers-wise.
that went to college, I get what you're saying.
Okay, now if you
Yeah.
want to go,
But if you're seeking for somebody that's on
That's
your
why I
level,
said earlier, I just
Okay,
made
if
the
you
statement
go
of
to
we're
blue
the
collar,
most
okay,
educated
let's
group
go to
in the
blue
nation.
collar here.
Black women
I have
are.
friends that run
more
electrical
educated
companies,
'cause you went to
don't
college?
work for them, in the African American
That's the stat. Y'all are getting mad at the statistic. The stat is based off of you going to higher education.
Hold on.
It's not an elimination of you being successful in any other space. What they're talking about is if you have a woman that she has her master's and her doctorate and she's seeking a man who has that, her choices are slimmer. That's all they're saying. That's all they're saying.
Because she has a master's doctorate doesn't mean she's not an idiot.
No, that Sean, you going off on a tangent.
Yeah, exactly.
We're talking about just the fact.
No, I think what Sean is saying is that
No one's calling anybody stupid or an idiot or whatever.
That's what it comes across.
No,
as.
this has been a conversation for a very long time.
That.
You have a lot of black women who they date blue collar men while they are professors, doctors, all of this, because that is where the men are. That's what he's saying. So if she's seeking
don't
water
say
at her,
they're not out there.
No, you're not out there on her level, is what he's saying.
Evidently, you are if you marry them.
No, what he's saying is sometimes the sister got to go down and get the sanitation worker. No offense to anybody who does that profession, but just from a statistical point, no, I appreciate you. I know. I'm just saying to whoever it is. I'm just saying. I think you guys are getting caught up in thinking things are insults, and they're not insults.
But
they're facts.
And I get what you're saying in regards to on your level as regards to certificates and degrees and all of that.
Exactly.
But when you're talking about on your level, I'm speaking about in just life. A man and a woman in life.
There you go.
Right.
On your level, it's not 17-1. It might.
Well, we don't have a way of getting that stat though, because then we'd have to do psych evals on everybody and background checks on everybody.
So if you're saying on degrees,
I'm just clarifying how he was. Yeah.
On degree, but when he said on your level, when you're saying on your level, there's some dumbass people out there with degrees.
Absolutely.
So when you're saying levels, and this is what I'm saying, there's too many, and not only women, men do it too. Men do it too. Men are out there too.
Yeah, that's why I was clarifying.
That certain women are not on their level because they have the keychain that you put down, which I think is the stupidest shit you could do.
Thank you.
The keychain that you put down means that you are the shit.
Thank you.
No,
it's the stupidest, and back, you know what? Back in the day, it was the stupidest shit back then too. Listen to me, hear me out. I'm telling you, because back in the day, I was out there dating without a college degree, and my keychain said Honda Accord. And guess what? I got all of them.
And I got them.
So what I'm saying is, stop saying that on your level is this quote unquote this shit that you can't reach because, you know, I don't have a Porsche keychain.
No,
that's
it's not what you can't reach. I'm saying what the women are dating today, what their possessions, they're coming out with their possessions. And so what I mean by the numbers, Google it. It's the stats are out there. The male to female ratio in Atlanta is one of the worst in the country.
You going with Google? It's actually one of the better.
He having a hard time out here on the dating scene.
That's like heaven.
I think it's one of the better ratios.
Okay, and then if you're looking, and then if you look at the educated black woman in America, period, far outdistances the black male.
So what do you
And then if you're looking
education?
at professions, electricians, I got a buddy that owns an electrician company, and the hardest thing for him to do is to find certified black electricians. We are not getting into the so-called upper level of blue-collar jobs.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
There's a lot of jobs that we're not doing anymore.
I can send a couple of
brick masons used to be a black thing.
So
100%. You find a brick mason in Atlanta to do bricks now, they're going to be old if they're black, and 90% of it, I'm not going to say about 65% of it is Latino.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. And so that's what I'm talking about. There's in a lot of levels where we're not obtaining because of the incarceration rate, because of the drug rate.
I'd like to ask a cop about that.
And then if you look at the LGBTQ community, they're better educated. So if you take the number of degrees that they're taking out of it, now look at a heterosexual African-American female with a degree, the choices aren't there.
But what is
I'm not downing anybody if I'm not saying if you're not on a certain level.
You might be right statistically. But I don't agree with that level part. And a lot of it is simply because, you know, let's just face facts. If we're going to go statistics, women with degrees still make less money than men without degrees. So you can't use that.
But why is that?
I mean, it's not fair. It's not
But
right.
we're going off
That's
the
a
topic.
side.
though.
That's
We
a
going
total
off.
topic.
But we going
do
off.
way
Like
off
chicken or egg, egg or chicken.
But, I'm
Like,
saying, but I'm going off the reality portion.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's still, the woman still makes less. The man makes, Robert just pointed out, 76 to the dollar that the white man makes. The woman makes less than that. So you can't really say that level. What's up, Sunshine? Because there's still a lot of men out there, like you said, that's making money without that college degree.
I know a lot of
plenty of them.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me clarify that then.
I know a lot of them.
There's men that are
They're on
making
that
money.
level,
Men that are making money on a level. There's less men on that level in Atlanta. With the women, they have to step down. With the men, you have a choice because it's 17-1. A woman, she's one of
17 to 1 woman to man, not necessarily level, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
not
17
level.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You're just going off strict numbers, but not level.
Right.
The level, I disagree with that.
Because when you say education, you talk like I know guys that didn't go to college.
Education could be electrician, it could be a trade, whatever the education
there's
is.
a lot of educated. There's a lot of people that's educated. A lot of people that I got guys that didn't even go to college that can sit in here and break down shit. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't mean that because she got 3 degrees that she's more intellectual or more
No, I'm not,
or better
it's
than
not
that
a personal attack. You're taking it personal. It's not a personal attack.
Yeah, I think he was
Basically
just.
saying
I think he was just trying to throw out the stats that exist to have the
There exists.
conversation,
And
not picking apart anybody and
what I
saying
don't want,
anyone's incapable
what I
of
don't
anything.
want is women out there to run out here thinking, shit. Out of the 17 motherfuckers I meet, only one of them's gonna be on my level. That's why I said.
I never
That's
once
what you
said a
said.
number. I never said
You
a
said
number.
17 to
No,
1.
that was a number.
Did you say 17 to 1?
It's 17 to 1.
That's a number. That's 2 of them. 17 to 1. All right. So you ain't listen.
That's the old school.
I'm not gonna let nobody put the black women down, but I ain't gonna sit here and let somebody just put the black man down either.
I'm not putting the black
Yes,
man
you
down.
are.
Yeah, we just don't put it
No
on
one's
tax.
putting it down.
Okay, but until we
You know why?
recognize that
You
that
wanna
is
know why I
an
look
issue
like that?
in our community,
That's exactly
it's going to
what I just said.
continue to be an
Because
issue.
half of our
We're
shit
not
on
going to
tax.
trade school. Okay, we're not going to trade school.
True.
We're not going to college.
Look,
So where are they getting those trades?
This nut brain here said the only reason it's like that because our money ain't on taxes.
It ain't on taxes. A lot of if you smart, you know how to go get it. Look,
all I'm saying is
some taxes, and she gonna look better.
Everybody
on paper, but you
out
pay
here
more.
ain't infected, ladies.
It ain't.
Do not believe that everybody out here is infected. I don't give a fuck what zone you in. There's some people in those zones that's not infected.
You didn't say that.
He didn't say that,
You didn't
but
say
over
that.
the years,
A lot more people are infected because today they revealed that the STD rates are
Rebecca,
skyrocketing.
move from him and come on this side because I want you getting infected by his shit. We talking about me. You've been on the phone for about 4 hours at one time, and our significant others are like, "Who the hell are you talking to?" Don't let him infect you, please.
That's hilarious.
All right? Please don't let
Hey,
him
listen,
infect
real quick, man. Ask a cop. I got a
cop.
question. Off
That part.
off this topic. I asked you earlier today. I don't know if y'all know Shaka Zulu, Ludacris manager.
Yeah.
He's my frat brother. Known him for a long time. And I know you say you can't talk specifically on that case, which I don't know why, because you're retired. But, but he's been charged with murder
Or
after
defending
being
himself.
jumped by 4 guys.
out in front of the club.
And he
Right.
was shot as well.
Shot in the back though.
So
even worse.
You say you can't do specifically of the case, but you could give a synopsis of how that's possible where he can be charged. I'm just curious.
Okay, and this is how that's possible. I'm not saying this is the case or it's
gotta
not the
eat for
case.
this.
But if you have an individual that's being jumped on by 4 people, if you return fire and the person that expires is not the individual that was the primary aggressor, now that's how you can get charged. And if the situation is such where somebody says that's not how it happened,
Right.
then they still have to investigate. It doesn't matter. It has to go to court. So during court, everybody puts the sides up. There's a good chance the person may be exonerated. But if there's any people there other than the one person saying they jumped me, what did you do to cause the situation to occur? Not saying he did, not saying he didn't. But when you return fire and the person that got hit wasn't the person that hit you over the head with the bottle, now you have a total different way of looking at it.
I'm suing everybody.
Charges aren't tries.
Yeah, I'm shooting everybody. You shoot me, and I see y'all all together, and I can pull my gun out, all y'all getting shot.
Okay, that's good, and then you'll be incarcerated.
And then you'll
just
have
like he is.
4 attempted murder charges.
Exactly. In ag assault. In ag assault. And anybody else in the parking lot.
It's on camera. You gotta shoot them all.
So in the event, there's 4 people jumping you, and all of them are throwing licks and knocking on you, and somebody shoots you, and you shoot, and you hit one of the 4 people that was knocking you in your head.
But are you sure that's one of the 4 people?
No, but I'm saying, I see what you're saying. Because I'm saying if it's 4 people and I'm shooting the 4 people that I visibly see that has been hitting me, and I shoot one of them 4, I'm going to jail?
It depends.
And I know
a lot
for a
goes
fact.
into it. A lot of it goes into it because we wouldn't be having this conversation if it wasn't shocking. He's a good dude. I've met him several times. And what I'm saying is when an investigator comes out, he can't let feelings. It's not a meter. You don't weigh that meter over and say, okay, that's Shaka Zulu. He's a good dude. Ask 4 or 5 people. He's a good dude. Okay, well, we won't charge him. Now, that does
That
happen.
shit name is Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well,
He was only beat up by one young kid. But go ahead.
if it's properly investigated,
After he
let me say
instigated.
this small caveat: if it's properly investigated, and there's differences in opinion, dead men tell no tales. But if there's other people saying no, that's not how it happened like this, and if their story floats, in other words, if it's not where you can shoot holes in it, it's no camera or anything that can dispute it, and they're saying no, this is what really happened. And we have another party that did the shooting. No, I was attacked by all 4 of them. That person I shot. Now there's another person saying that person wasn't even in it. And so it all comes out. It's all going to come out through camera. It's all going to come out through other witnesses, and a jury of his peers is going to have to decide who to believe. Now the evidence,
Somebody got to die.
and everything there, and see how it goes. You look inside the club, and maybe pictures of saying, okay, when did this altercation start? How did it start? Were you the primary aggressor and got yourself jumped? Not saying that happened, but there's a lot of stuff that goes into it. And so then when it comes outside and it blows up, and it was a fisticuffs, and now you challenge, like I challenged Low to a fist fight, but then I decided to bring a gun to the fight.
Self-defense.
It's the fisticuffs for me, sir.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite words, actually.
I mean, it's
So I
it's the
appreciate you
old
saying
school-
fisticuffs.
What was it?
Fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one.
Ask Cop. Let me ask you this: when you just said that, inside the club, you're the aggressor. Argue, whatever, push and shove, get outside. You end up shooting somebody. You didn't decide to bring the gun to the fight. They decided to bring the gun to the fight. What happens with something
That's
like
totally
that?
different.
His attorney
Now
has to
you're
argue
meeting force with
self-defense.
force. But you got to look at it like this. If all 3 of y'all together and we're together, okay, Chicken Sean pulls a gun out, shoots at me, I shoot and kill you. All you did was, okay, you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
A
He's a
lot of it
casualty
goes
of
back
war.
into there. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to look at.
See, and
that goes into
y'all
the
wonder
facts of the case.
y'all wonder why we have Ask a Cop on this show. See what I'm
Right,
saying?
and then-
We can
and
get
then
deep
his
in this
attorney
thing
has
right
to
here.
just argue
We can get
for
deep in this thing
self-defense.
right here.
Shoot
Yeah,
me,
And he's going to have a
and
good
you
attorney.
jump me.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I could go get my gun. I'm shooting everybody with you.
And all he's
Well,
saying
then
is that
you'll
you'll get
be
charged
in
and
the
have to
cell
go to
right
trial.
there.
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
you shot me.
Yeah.
Right.
It's self-defense.
Ask a cop. I appreciate.
They all
it,
got to
bro.
get shot.
I
They need a
appreciate
bullet hole.
Just a different
And
way.
They need a bullet hole.
And this am I correct? I'm trying to. This happened in like June or July, right?
Yeah, June.
So there's been an investigation for them to come up with charges.
Think about it now.
Yeah.
There's been an investigation,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden they put charges on somebody. People think about it now.
That
So I
means
know
there's some
what goes
stuff out.
into it because we've
There's some
all-
stuff out there.
Everybody in here I know on this panel has been in fights.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so you know how fights go. And
peaceful.
Lo could be duking me out. Boom, boom, boom. I'm trying to hold my best. He's tearing me up. And then you decide to shoot. Oh, you missed. Boom, and I kill Lo.
I
I
got
gotta take
jumped.
that ride.
I got jumped, and if I had a gun, they always gonna get shot because they should get a bullet hole.
Okay,
Once
if
again.
you can, okay, if
We
you
already
get jumped,
know how
They
you
should get a
think.
bullet.
Everybody should die.
but once investigation,
They should get a bullet hole.
Everybody
once
should die, son.
investigation, when you find out what the fight's about, That plays into it. Every little part of
It's
it.
about a woman.
That goes into it, huh?
It's always about a woman.
A woman king?
All right.
It's a club. It's about a woman.
Okay, even if it is. But now
Always.
you're looking at it. Now you got.
Why we gotta be the blame?
When they look at it, you
Always
gotta
about
look
the
at why and what happened.
In the
Shaka's
club,
in jail over a woman. Like what?
He had all the chicks.
Anyway, time for top five.
Got jealous, and it's the
Top
same
five.
Well, this wasn't at a club.
Ask a cop close
He
down.
had to
Close
get.
down on
Thank
y'all.
you.
If there was some jealousy involved, it had to
Always
be
jealousy.
in
Y'all are-
regards to the plate that she ate
miss
because it was at a restaurant.
Oh, was that a restaurant? It wasn't a club?
It was at a restaurant.
Restaurants in Atlanta turn
No
to
mess
clubs.
around the club.
That's the same thing in Atlanta. Do they have wait? JT,
But this one is new, so it hasn't
JT.
become a club yet.
JT, do
It's
they
a
have
pro-
hookah?
It's a club. It's a lounge.
All right, there we go.
It was a lounge or was it a restaurant?
Look, club.
Ass hookah. It's a lounge in the club.
Right.
Look,
They get
and,
bullet
look.
holes.
Well, I'm gonna mess Sugar Sean up with this one. And on top of that, they serve West Indian food.
Ooh.
Oh God, partner!
Lord have mercy.
Like my man Low Noise, he jerk
Is it in the
chicken and
grill?
spices.
And
Get excited.
Spicy as a mug too.
Yeah,
That's
man.
spices. Get excited.
But the thing that you think about in something like this is somebody that's been in the business for that long that has so much to lose. Now, if it's self-defense, I can dig it. I don't know the whole story, but when you think about somebody that's been in the business and has made good money and should be sitting pretty good in life,
Of course he is.
you know, you wonder what would get you to that point. Again, I don't know if it was self-defense.
His
I don't
name's
know what
Shaka
it was.
Zulu. There's a
You know.
warrior.
4 people.
No, but that's not his personality.
They brought the warrior out of
That's a
him.
smooth brother.
He
That's
got
not.
shot and he said everybody got to get a
jump.
blow.
You make different kind of decisions.
Yeah, somebody else got to get a blow.
What happens too, you know,
I
and
wanna
this goes
live.
back to.
I don't know.
Hey, this goes back to why we should vote. The governor put guns
Vote
in
for
people's
Shaka
hands.
Zulu.
That just because you can afford to purchase a gun, doesn't mean you need to own a gun, because it goes into flight or flight. When you have a gun and 4 people pound on you and it's a fisticuffs, and then you
Right.
decide to lay it down, there's a lot of gray areas, particularly if the one person that gets
If you
hit
black.
wasn't primarily involved in it.
If you black,
You are a rapper because everything you said, lay it down, fisticuffs.
Lay it down. These
I
hoes
want
lay
you.
it
I
down.
appreciate you, brother, because
Megatone
everything on Law and Order.
Generation
been lying to me.
X.
Hey,
And
she said it when he first said, like, you are a rapper.
You're a
He's
rapper,
a star.
bro.
I
don't
told
even-
y'all.
I'm listening to everything
You got
say, like,
bars
you got
over
bars.
here. Yeah. Bars.
He got bars.
Hey, another topic real quick before we get to the top 5.
Fucking that in here is gonna wonder.
There was a kid found recently in a wooded area.
Latonia.
Kid found recently in the wooded area. They went to his mom to find out when the last time that she saw him. She said that he left. The kid was found, I think, yesterday. And he left the house Saturday night at 2 a.m.
How old?
with some friends. That's the point. 12 years old.
Are you fucking kidding? Sorry. Are you kidding me?
No.
Although I'm not
He
shocked.
le-
I had a
he
10-year-old
left
break
the
into my
house.
home before,
He
so I'm
left,
not
the,
shocked.
If
he
you
left
wanna-
the house Sunday morning at 2 a.m. with some friends at 12.
she should go to jail.
Well, hold on. She knew that he left.
Yeah, she said it.
She knew where he went, supposedly.
She didn't know where he
with
went.
friends.
Just
She knew
know he
who he
left
was
with
with.
friends. Yeah.
She knew the friends.
It happens all the time.
At
people.
She knew the
2
friends.
a.m.
I'm not
Because I'm
saying
saying
'cause I
kids
can't
do
speak-
run away.
And I'm not.
It wasn't a runaway situation. According to
No,
her.
he
It
left with his
wasn't a
friends.
runaway.
No,
She sent him off.
she said that he was. And I'm gonna get
That's
to
what I'm
another
saying.
point.
Did he run away or did she send him out the
She
house?
allowed him.
She allowed him to leave.
Oh, okay, okay.
And she said that he was a great helper with her other children. Helped around the house a lot. The point I'm getting to is that
Cap.
sometimes you know how you remember this back in the day. As a young child, sometimes when your father leaves, you're told that you're the man of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell my son
And
that.
when you're 7 and 8 years old,
You're not a man.
that's not something that you should be taking
course.
on.
Right.
Because then at 12, you can leave the house at 2 a.m. in the morning with your friends.
Which is really crazy.
But I mean, it's a different. It's what you say. What the meaning of
Really
the man of the
wild.
house is. Like I tell my son that now. He's 16. I said, if something happened to me, your job is to make sure that your mother and your sisters, and them, they're all right. Not that, you know, and you respect your moms, but if God forbid daddy goes and dies, because daddy live a crazy lifestyle, used to anyway. But at the end of the day, you the man of the house. You the next king in line.
See, I think that's.
But he's not.
You can't take. That's the problem. That's the
So
problem.
that's when you have a woman king.
Strictly from a law enforcement standpoint.
Hold up. Millennial Coalition. Go ahead, speak on it, bro.
Mecca just said it earlier, where we're not giving active instructions in that area. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, something happened to me, you take care of the family. Okay, Dad. That doesn't make sense.
No,
like,
I told him to watch out for his mother, his sister,
and that's but you're not actively educating. Like, all right, son. All right, I need you to still be a kid. Because your wife is grown.
Yeah.
She can handle.
Still can't be a man of the
She's
house.
gonna have to live and deal with, for untimely passing. But you can't have a child become the man of the house as a child. We're not in that time anymore, honestly.
No,
we wasn't in it back then either.
Yeah, agreed.
If you 16 in the house, and if you the man in the house,
that's not anymore.
That's a problem. And see, one of the biggest problems.
Hold on. If something happens to me as your father in the house, my job, protect your moms, protect your sisters, protect you, make sure everybody all right. You know what I mean? There is absolutely nothing wrong with letting a young man know, hey, listen.
16?
Listen. At the end of
14.
the day,
That kid was 14.
Wait, hold on.
At the end of the day, yo, daddy here. I'm doing what I gotta do. You watching what I'm doing. I'm doing what I gotta do. Mommy, of course, mommy's fully capable of doing what she gotta do. But at the end of the day, you gonna protect them.
At 16?
Of course, I had to protect my mom.
That kid was 13. That kid was 13.
Hold up. Again,
What's wrong with that?
This is one of the things. This is one of the things that the Millennial Coalition. I'm so glad you're around, because we were all given those type of directives as young kids earlier in life.
That wasn't healthy.
But as you grow, you have to recognize that a child. Now don't get it wrong. At 16, at your age,
was different.
Yeah, we were running them streets. We probably had guns in our pockets. Of
course,
we probably was selling weed. Probably was doing a whole bunch of stuff. But today, you do not want your 16-year-old, 14-year-old, 17-year-old, 12-year-old to have that responsibility of saying that you're the man of the house right now. You're gonna take care of everything. You can't expect for a 16-year-old.
This kid was 13.
To just. But I'm just going on what he was saying. 16.
Yeah.
You can't expect for a child, because some children will take that on literally.
Yeah, man, they different.
To where I'm the man of the house. Dad is gone.
I'm gonna do what a man do.
I ain't making no money going to school, going to high school, because he's 16.
Yeah, but he's watching his father. He's watching how I move. He's watching what I'm doing.
But you're out doing comedy and making money.
Yeah, but even
you're out at a job making money.
Right.
You can't expect for a 16-year-old to now say, you know what, I'm gonna get out of school and I'm gonna go work at Delta.
No. But that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that if I'm not, you're gonna protect your moms. Like I tell my son now, you protect your sister, you protect your sisters. Like, those are your sisters. You gotta protect your sisters. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, because instinctively we're gonna do that.
Protect your sisters. But being the man of the house, you cannot be the man of the house at 16.
No, if I go and I'm dead, my son is gonna make sure to protect my family.
If you're the king, then there's your queen. Your queen.
My queen is gonna be handling stuff, but he knows that he
takes over the house.
She is
going. He knows those titles.
Yeah.
But his mother's gonna take over the house. We know that. She making money. She doing whatever. But is there something wrong with telling my son that, listen, you gotta make sure you protect your moms. You gotta make sure your mom's all right. You gotta make sure your brother, your sister's all right.
But Sean, you're talking about protection. They talking about provision.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I ain't talking. I'm just saying.
The protection should be there regardless. You know what I mean?
Instinctually, he'll do that, but he literally can't be the head of the household now just because you're no longer there.
I'm not telling him he the head of the household.
But that's what he's saying. The issue is if you don't,
are telling him
if
when
you don't
say
clarify,
you're the man of the house.
Yes, you are.
If you don't give him direct
if you don't clarify, right? It's kind of like saying just be patient.
And I can say it strictly from a law enforcement standpoint.
My belief in
that's one of the worst things.
You're building my belief in the millennials.
No, you Generation
I'm
X.
glad.
They don't matter.
Yeah.
Nah, they do matter.
And I'll tell you this.
Don't run shit.
But they
What
do
happens
matter.
in Atlanta, what happens in Atlanta, what happens in DeKalb, what happens in Clinton County, you have large groups of 13, that kid was 13 that got killed, 13, 14, 12, as young as 12, as Sharon Showcase, not Sharon Showcase, but the Golden Glide skating ring on Wesley Chapel, a 12 or 13-year-old was shot months ago. And what ends up happening, we put all these violent monikers on them. You got to do this, you got to uphold this. You're not talking about the world that we grew up in where, hey, man, what, okay, come on, bro, come on.
Exactly.
You punch it out and it's over. You're talking about a 12, 13-year-old, he's going to pull a stick out, a gun, and he's going to start shooting.
Sounds
so,
Wait.
First of all, I'm 52 years old. You can't be hitting me like that, man.
Wait.
Dog.
Wait, real quick. Hold up. Wait, real quick.
You felt that one? You got a bruise in the morning?
Hold up.
Like that, man.
Hold up, real quick.
I'm having bruises in the morning. Wait a minute.
Real quick. I have to ask you this.
What, me?
Becca, yeah. You
Did you see how I did that?
Yeah.
Because I said I need a cup, and there's not a cup here. So,
okay.
So the woman king in me made a way. You see what I'm saying?
I didn't know if you were trying to make it feel like I'm just drinking wine, but I'm
No, at the end of the day, it's a plastic bottle of Sutter Home. It's not a flex either way. You see what I'm saying?
So let me ask a question, right?
It's not a flex either way.
King Charles, because he told about England.
As black
knew
people,
at
we're
one point
innovators.
He'd be king, right? And he knows when he die, William gonna be king, right? So it's something wrong with him telling William, yo, you next in line.
But he wouldn't do that.
No, it's not different.
Yes, it
No,
is
it's not.
different.
Well,
that's a Neanderthal way of looking
well,
at it.
also the reason why it's different is because they don't ever have to actually do anything. They just inherit it by blood.
Agreed.
Became the queen of England when she was like 22 years old. So they getting raised to know you're next in line to carry on the lineage, right?
We're talking about.
But they literally don't do anything.
I'm grooming.
That's
No,
not-
I am grooming my children and my son to carry on the Riley name.
but Sean,
I call bullshit
Sean,
on that because
Behind the name
majority of
Riley.
black youth
But
don't
Sean.
have a father there.
I call
It's almost
Carry on the
74%
name.
are born into single mother,
But the
single
problem-
family household. Mother's the head of a household, so
Same.
now there's no male role model, and you're telling the child.
But we ain't talking
to
about that. We
assume
talking about
a role
a house
that
where
he
there's a
doesn't
man in
know.
the house. We
Come
talking
on,
about
now, you picking and
we
choosing
talking
now.
about, no,
Come
we're not
on,
picking
man.
and
Look,
choosing.
you know
You
what?
can't cherry
I
pick.
can only talk about
But hold
I'm not
up.
cherry picking, peach picking or nothing.
Hold
I'm
up.
talking about
Even with a man in the house,
with the lineage in your house.
you
if
don't tell a 16-year-old that he is the man
He's
of
not
the house.
man of nothing.
But
because
that's
I'm
what you
here.
told him.
No, because I'm here.
If you leave.
If I died tomorrow, yo, you gotta
Okay.
We're gonna have a disclaimer. The
So-
show does not
okay.
support
Wait,
anything
She
Sugar
has a
Sean
good question.
says.
Sean, hold on. She has a good question. Let's say you don't have a son.
So
Let's say you don't have a son. There's no boy.
So
Would you
oldest in line is
tell?
next.
But would you tell your 12-year-old daughter to do some of those same things? I think is what they're getting at.
Whoever's next in line in my house, you're next in line.
Your wife.
Listen.
Your wife. Is
Yeah, my wife is.
Your wife is technically next
don't
in
believe
line.
that shit,
My wife got it.
Sean.
No, my wife got it. We're not talking about. My wife is there, right? We're
Right.
not saying that she not there. At the end of the day, she's handling everything. She's doing what she got to do with me there. It doesn't mean that I'm this dictator or nothing. But at the end of the day, yo, listen, you the oldest one, and being the oldest one, you gotta help.
You gotta help.
I
But
don't think anyone
earlier,
disagrees
you said
with
that they were in
particular
charge.
thing.
You're not in charge.
Yeah, but
you can never be in charge.
But a 12-year-old cannot
instruction
go
part.
get a job and bring the bacon home
But
for
it's not
mommy to
about bringing
cook.
the bacon home, but you gotta, because now
That's-
it's your mom by herself. Like I grew up with my mom by myself. I had to help. I had to take out garbage. I had to do different things.
But listen.
I mean,
That's what we're talking about, the instruction.
Yeah, I get
You
that.
can't just say, if I die tomorrow, you the man of the house.
you have to
You have to
properly
give instruction
groom
with
them
that.
for
Yeah,
that.
but my kids
No,
are
it's-
groomed. They know. I talk to my kids
no.
every day. I have conversations.
Sean, listen to me. And help me out.
You have to properly-
Shawneese. Help me out.
Come on, let's go,
because
Phoenix.
You have to say that.
got Phoenix
you
on the
know,
mic.
if I'm going, you got it. You in charge. You got it, son. You the man of the house. No, you have to give instruction in
That
that.
instruction. Listen to your
Well,
mother.
but my thing, what does that mean? JT's being generous, I think, because he's saying a 16-year-old who might have some capacity to start to man up, so to speak.
16.
But we're talking about in this real life story, a 12-year-old. A 12-year-old does not have the mental capacity to be a man in any regard.
But who said that 12-year-old was told that he was a man of the house? I'm talking about what I said.
No,
Well, I'm just going. But yeah, I know what you're saying, and I was going on what you were saying also. But the young lady that the mother of the 12-year-old, the way she was speaking about him was as if he was
the man,
quote unquote, told that he was the man of the house.
He was the man.
So
the only man in the house.
he's not a man.
But see what
He's a
happens.
child.
This is the damage.
And we gotta stop. We gotta stop doing our young men like that because then they don't stand a chance of being valuable grown men because they think that their childish ways made them a man.
That's correct.
And that's not okay. A lot of y'all were raped as children and you brag about it.
Yeah, I was 10 when I first had sex and she was 22. You were sexually assaulted and I'm sorry you went through that. That does not make you a man. We got to stop doing that.
But the thing is, who's gonna tell? You see, this is the thing. Right?
We don't have a culture.
You can give him instruction and you can guide him, and he should be left with, hey, you're gonna respect your mother, you support her, you be protective of your siblings, you do all those things, but you're not the man of the house until you are a man.
You carry on this lineage. Your last name Riley. This goes from a long lineage.
And you know what happens? And you know what? DeKalb and Fulton Juvenile are full of people that were told that.
What?
12 black males in Atlanta, the metro Atlanta area, 12, 13, 14 are getting into these situations where there's no structure. Now they're going out trying to make money for the family. And so when they do that, they come into contact with other youth that are thinking reckless. So when you have that, and now you have a situation, guaranteed when they find out the shooter or however that death occurred, they haven't announced it yet, it's supposed to have been pretty horrific. Whenever it comes out, what happened, guaranteed it's probably gonna be another youth of some sort, or that youth was involved in adult illegal activity. So that's what, when we're talking all this tough guy shit, when you put it in the African-American community, it never ends well because that kid doesn't learn how to properly formulate his thoughts. He's not having the proper interactions with kids because now you told him to be an adult to run things. So when it ends up happening, he starts, okay, well, what does a man do? What does he do? He listens to rap and watches the latest tough guy movie. And the next thing he knows, he does tough guy shit. And that's what ends up
Because if you're talking to your kids and your kids have you as a role model, you're having conversations with your kids, you're talking to them about the way of thinking, you're talking to them different ways, and showing them who you are, showing them who you are, and
a properly structured family, yes.
Sean,
that doesn't mean
Sugar Sean.
Coming in.
Come on in.
Right home, Macho Man.
Tap in safe before he gets pinned.
I think what
Phoenix
Sean is trying to say is, because Sean he's from Brooklyn, so he cuts off everything. The reality is, I think he's saying he has the conversation, but he blankets it with "you the man now." Like that's just his thing. I know, just personally knowing that he knows that his son is not the man of the house. Like if something happens, but he knows that when he gets of age, he'll become the man of the house. And I think what everybody's trying to get you to understand is, as long as there's instruction of him still being a child and understanding his place, the next in line in male understanding is what you're saying. From what you're saying with the lineage, I understand that. They're just saying him as a child still should be a child. The next in line is your wife. You know that, we all know that, but you're just saying as the man Riley, the continuum of the last name Riley is what you're depicting, because there's really no way of saying there's a rite of passage to become a man, not in our country. You get what I'm saying? So, just because you pass doesn't mean he still becomes a man. He still has the experienced life to the fullest capacity to be like, shit, I'm a man, knowing what situations that prepare you. So what happens is you don't want to blanket the statement of, if something happens to me, you're the man of the house. It's more like, I'm preparing you, I'm teaching you, I want you to still be a kid. When you get old enough to do and help more than just step up, be the child. Yeah, you step up, and if you can, I'm not gonna say you need to, because if you can, because it's already hard enough for the young black men. I mean, think about when you go to a fast food restaurant, you might want to see one back there. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
and I applaud
you.
the one that's back there because the rest of them are women. And he could be outside with the rest of the little hoodlums doing nothing and doing adult activity, whatever. At least
Get a bullet hole.
But he's out there like, man, I might as well just mop. Because you got to look at it like that, bro. That man-wise, that's some man shit. But he's still a kid. He's working. He's a child.
So yeah,
appreciate it.
So the grooming should be more so. If something happens to me, I need you to be the best helper to your mom.
Exactly.
Right.
Listen.
I need you to help around the house. I need you to give everything you can to assist your mother and your sisters. You know what I mean? But you continue your education. You continue to do these things so that you become the great man that I want you to be.
Hold on.
Not the man of the house. We should never put that title on no child.
Because he cannot pay a bill.
Oh, wait. Hold the thoughts. Appreciate the Shawnees. We got a caller.
For real?
I know, a call after
It's
11
late.
o'clock.
They should be asleep.
Everybody's like, I thought we were talking to us.
I should be need.
Look, Benji, I thought we were all just still talking to us.
Go.
No, this is Casper. I guess because I've seen the soft side of Sean when we were at the awards ceremony. He had his little, suit on, and he was all humble and shit. But what I want to ask you, Sean, is, are you even concerned about the pressure that you're putting on your kids, your son or your daughter, when you put that statement out there like that?
All right, so here's what. Ben knows me personally. Angela, I'm just speaking in a certain way. I'm just saying it my way. But yes, everything that you guys say is what I do. I just put in like Ben said, in a blanket statement. Yes, I talk to my son. I talk to my kids. I talk to them. And I don't really push the whole daddy gonna die one day and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of like doing this right now. But they know it. Ben speaks Shawneese, so he had to. He had to let it be known. Of course, me and my wife have a great relationship. Of course, we sit down, we talk, we lay in the bed, we kick it about what we're gonna do next. We talk about the kids. I'm getting texts right now about what my daughter's going through right now with how hard she got to push and ball, and my son. And yes, I don't put 100% all that pressure like, yo, you gonna be, you a Riley. Well, I do say you a Riley, but at the end of the day, it's not, to that extent. You understand what I mean? Am I making sense? So
does your wife look at the show?
I hope she's not watching because this is going to be
She's learning a lot about what goes on when she ain't there.
Because Phoenix and Ben know Cheryl very well, and if she is watching, this will be a long conversation in the bed when I get home.
You told him what?
On the way home. But like I said, right at the end of the day, I mean, Ben speaks Shawneese, and that's the next in line. I kind of like to try to hold that lineage thing and, hey, man, this is how daddy thinks. This is what daddy's done in life. This is who daddy is. And, let them know who I am and how I think. And at the end of the day, when they're going to have their own way of doing things, but they're going to know this is who their father was. And, that's just the whole.
How old are your kids?
My son is 16, my daughter's 14, and our baby is 7.
Oh.
Sean, let them be kids. Let them just enjoy life.
I don't. This is
think about your life and how you struggled and how hard it was and all the pressures you've had in life. Don't put that on them babies.
No, I don't.
I hate that we're always having conversations.
On them babies.
I kind of let the kids know that you guys live in what, to me, growing up was a fairy tale life. And I don't really get into it. I let them have their fun. I don't put all that pressure on them. Only thing I talk to them about and why I'm a big proponent of them playing sports is to learn to deal with adversity. Because in life, you're going to deal with adversity. You're going to have ups, downs, and what builds your character and shows who you are is how you overcome adversity. And that's the kind of stuff that I do in my house. Other than that, all the other stuff, I mean, I'm just talking right here.
So one thing I've learned tonight is we got Shawnees over there and
Sugar Sean.
And we have Casper has a way of catching the soft side of Sean. Thank you, Casper.
Yeah. She actually met Sugar Coleon.
She met Sugar Coleon, but Casper just spoke and Sean just changed his whole demeanor and just broke down, talked all soft. Good job, Casper. You
The woman carried on the lineage.
You heard the king, brother.
You a Riley.
You respected it, brother.
Hey man, we're gonna jump into.
You go home tonight. You go home tonight and you kiss each one of them and you tell them that you love them.
Casper.
Do it a little bit more tonight.
Those drunken lips.
Yeah, when they get 16, they don't want no more sugar, man.
Hey, baby.
Top 5 so my husband can come home.
Them boys don't want no more kids at 16.
No hugs, no nothing.
It's terrible.
I need top 5 so my husband can come home now.
Casper, listen.
Yes,
ma'am.
I want you to be a part of this top 5. I don't know if it's going to be about sports. I don't know what it's going to be. But I want you to comment on the top 5, whether it's sports, just go what you usually do, the great uniforms, the pretty uniforms, whatever you want to do. But
blue,
I want you to be a part of the top 5 tonight. Can you do that?
The pretty uniforms. That's different.
That's what she does.
Oh, in the night?
Any team.
I don't know anything about sports. I just say I like the colors.
For the nice looking uniforms.
Look at his face. He says he can't wait to get home tonight.
I can't.
He just threw a message to Casper. Put on the uniform.
Stupid.
Home tonight. We can play football.
My baby wears a white uniform for me every night.
Look at him.
Oh my God. I'm hanging up now.
Put on the uniform, Casper.
So here we go. Top 5.
Top 5.
We got this week. We got what I was gonna do last week, but I'm going top 5 linebackers of all time. I'm sorry, man.
Disconnecting. Y'all have a good night.
Yeah.
Give me top 5.
We're going top 5 linebackers.
Top 5.
Top 5 linebackers of all time.
I'll go with Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, don't worry about it, Casper. You're all right, baby. You ain't got to do that one.
Okay, Lawrence Taylor, Derek Thomas, Junior Seau. Personal favorite, Jesse Tuggle. And I rounded out with Carson.
Harry Carson.
Harry Carson. I like his style.
Well, you got a
He
Giants.
didn't get the Yankee shit up because of who he played with.
Boy, you got a Giants form of mind right there. I like that.
Not just like I like hard hitting linebackers.
Yeah.
All right.
Giants, boy.
You got 5 in?
Yeah, I got it. I'm ready.
Go for it.
Keith Brooking, Jesse Tuggle.
It's a good one.
Brian Urlacher, Derek Brooks. I don't want to say who is that. I don't want to piggyback off Junior Seau. I really don't. Shit. I'm gonna just stay at that 4 because I don't want to just throw it.
You can go with Lawrence Taylor if you want to.
I don't want to. You know what? I want to use Lawrence
Taylor.
Taylor.
He was a great
He
example,
said
man.
security look like Lawrence Taylor because he got that same Lawrence Taylor hair.
Reinvented the position.
Oh man. What's my man?
Gonna throw out some for conversation.
Kowski. Not Janikowski. What's that white man name?
Jay Kowski, kicker.
Yeah,
not the kid. Not it's a ski.
Could have been a linebacker.
You know them white boys back then with the horse collars. I can't think of his name, man. And he played for the Raiders.
Tatum.
Say his name again.
No, Tatum was safety.
So I'm trying to think. He played for the Raiders, man. It'll come to me. Y'all go ahead.
Pass it to Dwayne over there.
Linebackers.
Linebackers.
Okay. Derek Brooks. Derek Thomas. Kevin Green. I got one for you, Low. Greg Lloyd.
All right.
And last but not least, the baddest man that ever played the linebacker, Ray Lewis.
Okay, I was about to say, man, 3 minutes went in. They said Ray.
I know. I was on my way for that.
That's the one person I knew.
Yeah.
The baddest man ever. You finished Googling Mecca?
Well, I was just gonna throw out something for fun because I don't
Go
know
for
who
it.
these
Go
people
ahead.
are. Faust. Dan Faust. Y'all like him?
He gave you a quarterback. He messed with you.
Look, I'm like,
He messed with you, Mecca.
no. So anyway, I have a list here from Google. Do y'all like Dante Hightower?
He's straight.
Yeah,
He's
he's
young, but
decent.
he's straight.
He was decent.
Yeah.
What about
Dick Butkus.
Nah, that's good. That's
on my list.
Middle linebacker.
No, I know.
That's
I
on
know.
my
It's,
list.
it's just a name for me.
That's Hall of
His
Fame.
mama set him up.
That's on my
If your
list.
last name is Butkus, you don't name your son Dick. I'm just saying.
He's probably Richard.
In Atlanta.
Probably Richard. He's stupid.
As Ascocott would say,
what up?
sounds
Tell
like
her
an
happy
alphabet
birthday.
member.
Yeah.
Bobby Wagner.
Uh-huh.
What about y'all said Junior Seau, of course.
You can repeat this. Fine.
KJ Wright.
Who that is?
Yeah.
Y'all don't like
Seattle.
him. Okay. Ricky Jackson.
Yeah, he was good.
Ricky
Jackson.
Saints.
That's a
Yeah. James Harrison.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. My list is lit.
Right.
Okay. I got one more.
I got 2 off of that
One
list.
more.
Stone Bradshaw.
I don't trust you anymore.
Yeah, you can't trust him.
Carl Banks.
No.
Only because he has an old man hat on right here. Look like-
Yeah,
I've been
that's
trying to kill him for about
you
45
burned
minutes.
him. Burn him dead.
Burn him dead.
All right, Sugar Sean, what you got?
Kill him dead.
All right. We got to go with her too. We got Dip Buckets. You definitely got to go with my man Harris, right? Then the last 3 are the best ever to do it. You got Ray Lewis, Mike Singletary, and you got the best ever to play linebacker is Lawrence Taylor.
All right.
Okay.
All right, I got somebody here. My girl Stephanie. What's up, Steph? Lawrence Taylor, Pat Swilling. Nice. Sam Mills. Nice.
Oh, I forgot him.
She from New Orleans?
Joe Schmidt.
Sam
One
Mills.
more, Steph. Give me one more. Who Joe Schmidt? Who did he play for?
I don't know. She found that on
That's why I said
Google.
she from New Orleans. That might be all New Orleans
And
players.
Patrick Willis.
Mills was a beast.
Patrick Willis. Okay.
Patrick Willis. Okay.
All right.
You legit.
All right. And I hate to go with the linebackers that basically played the defensive end spot because they was rushing, but I'm gonna have to because Lawrence Taylor's in there.
They called me. Yeah, he was a linebacker, but that's the name. That's the title they give him anyway.
But yeah,
3-4 defense.
Yeah, Ray Lewis. Man, this is in no particular order because Ray Lewis should be up at the top of my list. Jack Ham. Got to go with Sam Mills, man. He played it well. Jesse Tuggle, because he made every tackle for the Falcons that could be made in those years.
Bring him back.
Who's gonna be my second one? Second to the last. Yeesh.
You ain't like Mike Singletary?
You know what? That's a good one. I go with Mike Singletary and then of course Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor's number one.
who is
Carolina, then New York Giants.
Who is your favorite who's currently in the league?
That's currently in the
Yeah,
league.
playing right now.
Miller.
Who?
Vaughn Miller for the Buffalo Bills is the best linebacker in the league.
And you know, I hate
Arguably.
Vaughn Miller's a
Are you
beast.
arguing?
Arguably.
Are you arguing?
Yes.
But I've never seen Vaughn Miller get in coverage, so it's hard for me to go with him as number one in the league right now. Right now.
Did you watch what he did last night?
Oh wait, for
Yeah, but he
context
was
for me,
rushing from
because I
the
don't know
end. He
anything.
ain't covered
Who
nobody.
is your favorite and who is your team of choice though? Because I know he's choosing that also because he's a Bills fan, right?
my team of choice is the Giants.
Giants when we pick team.
My team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yo, don't you love how Mecca stirs it up?
my team of choice is the New York Giants. You know,
So Bills, Giants,
Steelers.
I knew that.
And let
Eagles, okay.
let
Are
me
you from
let me say this because
TJ Watt.
look.
And TJ Watt, the bad linebacker right now.
Let me say this because
Benji, who's your team?
I haven't been able to say this in a very, very long time.
Oh, yeah, I know.
My
Right?
New York Giants is 2-0.
Sorry.
No,
We're
man.
undefeated 2 weeks into the season. We haven't done that since 1990.
1972.
The best team that plays in New York is the Buffalo Bills.
Falcons.
Right now, yeah.
We're the only team that plays in New York.
I mean, I live here. So.
And we beat them every time.
The Giants are not beating the Bills. No one's beating the Bills. They're going undefeated.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Who's gonna beat them?
Let's put some money on
The
it.
Steelers.
Let's put some money on it.
What, are they go undefeated? I'm
Yeah.
not putting money. They go undefeated.
On Madden.
Yeah, that's my top
All
five.
right, so number one got Ray Lewis, Lawrence Taylor, Derrick Brooks, Mean Joe Green, and Luke Kuechly.
Oh shit.
Luke Kuechly.
Lena got Lawrence
North
Taylor,
Carolina.
DeMarcus Ware, Willie Lanier, Ray Lewis, and Terrell Suggs. Terrell Suggs.
Terrell Suggs.
Terrell Suggs.
Wow.
He was a monster.
Yeah, he was. Looked like a monster.
Look, let me.
If it wasn't for money in his life, he probably wouldn't be married.
Yeah. Yeah, you right about that. Yeah, he rough.
Is that bad? Let me
Yeah,
see.
no, he rough.
Google him
Yeah,
and hit images.
I feel like.
Yo, Mecca doing it too. Look at him.
Oh, that's the face only a mother could love.
Only a mother can love. That's one of the one. Look at the.
Yeah, he looked like all he ever did was get tackled. Like, yeah,
That's it. Just tackle people.
it's all.
Close it out.
You know,
Like he got a few. I tackle shit and I get
look at a new
tackled.
baby.
That's all I do.
You be saying, "Oh, that baby's so cute." You look at Terrell Suggs, be like, "Oh,
I take hits.
Look, no.
boy.
You know, look. What's
his heart? That's a word."
look? What's that word? Oh, it's so precious.
Right.
Bless his heart.
Look
That's,
at his
that's
shoes.
it right there.
Bless his heart.
That baby jacket is so cute.
Oh man! All right, so I got
Start complimenting the baby clothes.
Steeler Nation, Jack Lambert. I got Derrick Brooks. I have, of course, Ray Lewis, the great Ray Lewis.
Period.
I got, I don't forgot. What's the dude from Chicago again?
Mike Singletary.
Mike Singletary.
I used to be embarrassed.
Mike Singletary, them eyes, boy, them eyes were vicious. He's about somebody that missed no tackles, could cover, do the whole nine. And of course, you gotta give it to LT. LT changed the game of how football is played from a defensive standpoint.
Yeah, 'cause
He's
look.
overall everyone's
Yeah,
favorite.
he basically.
He's one of the best players, NFL players ever played the game.
And he basically made linebackers
By itself.
to rushers.
That's correct.
He put linebackers on the line, but I would say that Ray Lewis was the best linebacker in regards to playing the linebacker position as we know it.
Between him and Mike Singletary.
In
Who's the
regards
smartest?
to playing in the middle of the field, going sideline to sideline. Man, him and Peyton Manning, when they used to be going back and forth at the
nothing
line
like
of
it.
scrimmage,
Yeah.
man.
Well, that Mike Singletary, he was
Mike Singletary
doing that a little
Ray
bit
Lewis
before
studied
Ray.
under Mike Singletary.
Yeah.
Now, Eric Carson was nice. He was a good outside linebacker, but in that middle, between Ray Lewis and Mike Singletary,
Yeah.
they're the best to ever do it.
Period.
So LT best overall, like all qualities
Yeah,
accounted for.
LT
Who's the most
changed the game.
intelligent? Who's the most physical?
Well, let's ask a
Ray Lewis.
Five.
I say Ray
Huh?
Lewis.
You said the most intelligent?
Yeah,
Most
like you know what I'm
intelligent?
saying? Like who plays the smartest and who's just
I think
physically
Mike Singletary
dominating?
did because he was a smaller guy.
I was
And I think
Ray Lewis, man.
Ray Lewis was
Ray Lewis knew what everybody.
Ray Lewis was slow, but he able
Okay.
to,
Ray
he was
Lewis
quick.
knew what everybody was doing.
Yeah.
He was locked
Ray
in.
Lewis knew what everybody was doing on defense
And offense.
offense.
So he was
Hold
locked
up,
in.
hold
He
up,
was
look,
locked
look.
in.
He was
And he
locked
also beat a murder charge
That
in
dude's
Atlanta.
We fumbled the ball on that one.
Against a black attorney.
He was going to tell on himself, and the lieutenant at the time goes in there and says, "Hey, you have a nickname, don't you? Don't all you people have nicknames?" And he
Not all
shut
you
up and
people.
called
Willie
for
Lanier
some
was definitely a great choice. I didn't think Willie Lanier, that was a good one. That was old school. Willie Lanier was a bad boy.
Mm.
All right, Mecca,
She did hers. You told me ask a cop.
tell them how to follow you.
Oh, follow me on Instagram and Twitter at McNice, MEKNYCE. MEKNYCE. I don't post that much, but when I post, you're welcome.
I like that.
I like that.
I'm still in that. Just let you know.
Sugar Sean.
I'll bill you later.
Hey, you
We
ready?
outside.
We outside. Sugar Sean, you know I got a Uptown Comedy Corner. It's the early show. $5 funnies. It's gonna be epic. It's moving. It's now starting up, but it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna do that on Tuesday nights. I got Thursday once a month in Alpharetta. That's about to become every second Thursday, twice a month. And then we got Pure Zen in the McDonough, a wine bar. That's about to be dope. And that's it.
Thursday still once a month. So what's the other one?
The other one?
You said every second Thursday, twice a month.
Yeah, I meant, yeah, okay, yeah. So
See, I was gonna let it slide.
On the 22nd, I'll be at.
It made Angelo's ass itch.
You
I was
know,
like, I'm gonna let my man have that one. It's late. Angelo was like, I can't.
we outside.
He meant every other Thursday.
You and McDonough next week when?
McDonough is on the 28th on a Wednesday. I'll be at a wine bar. So most of the shows that I do outside of Uptown Comedy Club are in pretty dope, different kind of venues. So the show that I have in Alpharetta is at a coffee shop. And she just got best coffee shop of Alpharetta. And it's a pretty dope experience inside it on Thursday night. And then the wine bar, she does a lot of wine tastings and different things, and she wants to bring comedy. So we'll be there on the 28th, which is next Wednesday.
Right.
And
I love that wine, man.
I might come rock with you next. My birthday is next week, so I might come rock with you next week.
When's your birthday?
29th.
The 29th.
Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, that's
So
gonna
I
be.
might come rock with you on
The
Wednesday.
Libra man.
Yeah, you actually get to see me perform.
Libras is coming in.
The Libras.
Yeah, we
you
coming
get to see
in.
me perform. So
Putting these Virgos out.
he forgot I was a comedian until he saw me on stage. He's
Yeah,
like, yo.
he was on stage tonight. And I was in the office with Angelo. I said, "Yo, Sugar Shaw's on stage. I gotta go see him. I ain't never seen him on stage, so
Oh,
yeah, okay, all right, no doubt.
Yeah, so that's what we got going on.
Benjamin, before I ask a cop, you want to shout out the business, man, the website, how to follow you? Y'all seeing all the videos and clips of Classic Konversations.
Yeah.
Benjamin and Terry been doing an
Phoenix.
outstanding job putting out some content.
They not for hire for 2 months. Now I'm playing.
Dang.
Yeah, they killing it for Classic Conversations with Jae Tea and Lo and Ask a
Y'all
Cop.
all over TikTok.
New
Yes, sir.
flyer Terry knocked on out for us, man. Appreciate it. It looks really, really good. Make the post of it. Looks outstanding outside the studio.
Yes.
First off, thank you. You guys can follow us at official GNJ Media, and that's G as in Greg, N as in Nancy, J as in Jane Media. We probably need to change that. That's just long as hell. He's saying it out loud just made me think about that. I wouldn't want to type it after that, to be honest with you. I'd stop at official. But you can also follow us on our individuals, Benji the Guru, and that's THA the and Guru. You figure out how to spell that, you can Google that shit. And then for her, you can follow on official T Phoenix and Being Selfish Matters. Being Selfish Matters is a separate entity, and it is a it's a deeper meaning in it. But we appreciate the opportunity as the Millennial Coalition on the show to speak our coalition's truth. We're not like the others. We do have we have the generation, even though y'all X and y'all don't even know it. That's funny.
I had to let them know. We
learned
X.
from y'all. To be honest with you, when y'all had 8 tracks, we had 8 tracks. We got 8 track at the house right now. Like
we had DVDs there.
They remind us of our past and.
Past, like
because we were, our grandmothers, our uncles, and mom. We still got the 8-track vinyls. We pretty sick with our old stuff, vintage stuff now. But yeah, man, we appreciate y'all, and hope to keep making great content for the podcast and even more.
Appreciate it, bro. I promise.
And y'all on TikTok, man, you gotta follow Benjamin. He be doing these TikTok videos, man. Hey, JT, he did one the other day, man. I laughed so hard with the rose. That was hilarious, man. I watched that thing about 20 times, man. That junk is funny. That junk, it's hilarious, man.
Also, Ben's began on stage.
The concept of the video is losing out to the rose. He had a rose in the background, and he in the mirror. He had that rose. He like, oh, I can't let it beat me. That junk is funny, man.
Check it out.
That junk is funny, man.
I'm just getting into this TikTok thing, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
That video is hilarious. Ask a cop, what you got, brother?
Just looking at the media the last couple months, it's getting really ridiculous. If you see something, call it in, because a lot of homicides are occurring, and it's a parking lot full of our people, but nobody's saying anything, and there's a youth on the ground dead, or there's it doesn't matter who it is, but it's somebody that lost their life, and it's us in the parking lot, but nobody sees anything. Old school, what used to happen, by the time they got back to the precinct, people are calling in telling who it was. But the phone's not ringing like it used to. That says something about the culture. We got to change. And vote.
Yeah, it's a sad case, man. You know, that case we talked about earlier with the 13-year-old kid, man. The mother let the kid out at 2 o'clock in the morning. I just think that junk is just insane. It's just insane, man. These kids getting killed at an alarming rate. You know, you see all these different, I mean, every day, man, the ages are getting younger. It's just scary. But then I saw a video today. I said, I meant to bring this up earlier, and I ain't gonna, no, just to bring it up. There was a lady the other day where the cop came to her house. Somebody complained, said she, you know, selling drugs at the house because she moved. They just moved to the nicest house in the neighborhood. She just brought in a brand new car. And all of a sudden, police at the door, female cop trying to be all compassionate. We just want to, you know, it was a call came in about some illegal activities, and we just want to just search the house. And she was like, "You got a warrant?" Well, no, we don't have a warrant, but we don't want to have to bring SWAT out. She was trying to intimidate the woman.
Coercion, you can't use.
Yeah, man. And then all of a sudden, you saw like 10 cops outside, all just standing, just waiting to go. But she stood her ground, was like, "Without a warrant, you're not coming to my house." But that's one of the things I think people have to understand and know what their rules, what the laws are, and what you can and can't do. I don't care what she had in there. You know, you don't have no probable cause. If you do, go get you a warrant. You know what I mean? But those are, you know, but she stood her ground. You know what I mean? But those cops were harassing her so hard.
It would be suppressed.
It was just a fact. You know what I mean? It was just really unfortunate. But anyway, definitely got to register to vote, man. Voting time. I think the early vote ends October 11th. So if you have registered to vote, make sure you get out there and get your vote on, get your registration on. Herschel Walker said, you know, I'm just a country boy. I'm really not that smart. That's what the commercial said. I'm just a country boy, really ain't that smart, you know.
Finally told the truth.
Boy Knocker's gonna get out there in his fancy suits and all, but I'm for the people. Oh boy.
Lord, that man talks like he just had a stroke.
Oh, it's sad. It's sad.
He talk like buckwheat.
It's word salad. Like, I'm like, there are people who understand what you're saying.
Half of South Georgia.
And you know they vote for him.
It's maddening.
I refuse to believe Georgia will elect.
The debate.
No. I don't refuse to believe it because I done met some Georgians. Look, I met some Georgians, so I don't refuse to believe it. But it's highly unfortunate.
Yeah.
That man, the smartest thing he ever said is that he's dumb.
Hey, man.
We're going to take it to another level.
Hey.
It's scary.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah, I ain't that smart. Yeah, I ain't that smart. So he's probably going to get up there and embarrass me. Yes, he is.
That debate will be one of the best comedy shows.
Oh, Twitter's going to be lit.
That you will ever
Black Twitter's going
see.
to light that up.
And the thing is, the comedy will not be on purpose. It is going to be,
it's just going to be comical.
Hilarious. Actually, I hope they have it on a Tuesday night so we can have it on the TV
live,
and we can do that stuff live. That is going to be. We ain't gonna have to talk. We can just laugh at that stuff.
We're gonna just watch it.
It's gonna be hilarious.
The Jae Tea, man. The movie premiere was last week, man. It was sold out. Yeah, congratulations to y'all on that too, man. I was out of town, but good job though.
Yeah, man, it was dope. And
you're
again,
a great actor.
And again, I'm gonna say it.
Nobody throws money at Pink Valley better.
You gotta say you're the greatest, man. Let me rub off on you the best.
They know that I'm one of the best strip club extras that ever could be. I know how to recycle my money.
That's right.
I too do that.
Yes, it's great.
Have you ever done it in Magic City?
No.
It's a bit of a challenge, but it's kind of fun.
I did it with some Magic City dancers. And yeah, it was great. They actually asked me to come through. I said, "You gonna give my money back the way they're doing here?" It was like, "No." I'm like, "Well."
Oh, you talked to him about it. No, I just picked that shit about the floor and read through it. You know. Yeah.
The movie premiere was dope. And again, I'm tooting my own horn. I'm a hell of an actor. I got a lot. I had a lot of people come up to me and tell me some great things that I did. I'm hoping some bigger things are gonna pop up because of my performance in it.
They're gonna pop up.
I've gotten some word, so I'm wait let that be.
Will there be opportunity
solidified.
to be outside?
What's the name?
For the people who didn't get to see it, would there be opportunity for us to see it?
Yeah, they actually it's going to get to Roku, but right now they are doing it on YouTube. She's going to send us a link so we can put back out so people can actually see it. But
Okay.
like I said, I'm a motherfucker.
What's the name of the project?
Shit, When Life Happens.
When Life Happens. Okay.
When Life Happens. And,
Speak that, man. Speak it.
The last one that I did, I was so excited just to see myself on a big screen that I really didn't recognize how well I did. But this movie, I was actually able to sit and look at my timing and look at everything. I'm a motherfucker. Y'all need to
He was
hire
on
me.
point.
I'm a motherfucker.
You gotta talk
I'm
that.
telling you, I'm a motherfucker. Y'all need to hire me, man. For
Hey.
real. Y'all need to hire me. This week, Sunday, the play, The Shell of a Man. We're doing 2 shows. I think it's 5:30 and 7 o'clock. It's going to be in Riverdale. Tickets are still for sale. We got a couple of seats left. It's basically about 7 men that has some issues in life and how it actually has them presenting the shell of a man instead of their full man themselves. I think it's a pretty deep show, and I think it's actually, this show is more for men, I think, because I think that this show actually gives men a mirror. If it's not something that you see in yourself, you probably see it in a friend of yours, and it's probably something you want to talk to them about. That type of deal. Tina Bridges, appreciate you. Again, she wants to come up and record our show, so I'm going to holler at her about that. That's coming up this Sunday. Again, I'm still the movie on Peacock, Honk for Jesus. I haven't even seen my part yet. I've only looked.
Wait, I just watched that.
Yeah.
Wait, JT, what's your part?
I've been major busy. Cigar Week, Atlanta Cigar Week was dope, so I've been major busy with that, but I am going to look at it this week. But from what I've heard, I've done a pretty good job in it, so I'll get to see it. I actually made the trailer, so I must have done a pretty good job in that. I did hear that they took my speaking roles out. So yeah,
What was your part? Because I just watched it.
I am the guy cleaning the marquee when she was twerking for Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Look, I wasn't supposed to, but I had to. You ain't gonna put me there and not let me get some FaceTime.
Right.
You tell me that I'm featured, I'm gonna be featured. I'm gonna be featured.
Right. You gonna step
I'm
into
gonna be
the role.
featured for sure.
Oh, that's funny.
Tales. Man, y'all go look at BET Tales episode 1. That was pretty dope. I didn't know it was gonna be episode 1. Episode 1, I get some. They took my speaking roles out of that too, but I am featured in that one also. I am the dad of the daughter that actually gets killed by the cops. My daughter gets killed by the cops, so I'm reacting to it in the courtroom and everything. So check that out.
He gave great sympathy to his wife on the courtroom steps.
Yes.
I saw it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, my wife was no shade, Casper, but my wife was light skinned also in this role, and she was Zane from Zane Chronicles, so had a kind of a different connection to it. It was Anyway, Stephanie said she
You trying to get off the
she
couch
wants
tonight,
to submit a shout out to the Norfolk State University Spartan Legion that will represent HBCUs in the Rose Bowl parade in 2023. She said her son is in he's the tuba section leader.
Nice.
Great celebration for our young adults doing great things despite the gun violence in Norfolk, Virginia.
Behold the green and gold.
Yeah. HBC.
I know one fan gonna shout it out in a minute.
Let me tell you something. HBCUs got it right now. I will say this. I was looking at North Carolina Central against Elizabeth City State University this weekend. And I was disappointed to see where they were playing in their uniforms compared to some of the teams in the South that's reaping the benefits of Deion Sanders.
Sure. Jackson.
Sure.
Jackson State
Tennessee State.
It has to go up north because these guys was playing in uniforms that looked like they should be on middle school teams.
Yeah.
if you are an alum or if you know some alums that's,
Stephen A.
you
Smith
know,
was
right, Winston-Salem State, you know, need to reach back and give that same thing because they are getting television play right now, which that's going to help. So hopefully next year we see better uniforms, better field conditions because it looked like somebody's backyard. I'm just going to be honest. But comparing it to some of the other schools that's at HBCUs that's in the South that's reaping the benefits of the Deion Sanders movement, shout out to Deion Sanders for doing what he's doing. It needs to reach these other schools also. I'm hoping that some of the Atlanta HBCUs will get on television also. They have a lot of teams that's playing like in New York. They're going to be playing in Giant Stadium.
Play this weekend.
They just had Howard and Morehouse.
Yeah. So that's dope. But you know, hopefully some of this money will trickle upward towards the northern HBCUs so that they can reap some of these benefits. But again, like I said, you know, shell of a man this weekend, man. I love this. It's a play. It's unscripted. And it means something for the community. So make sure that you, if you can, you know, get those tickets. Reach out to me. I'll send you the link and let you know. It's on Eventbrite. Just put in Shell of a Man, and you'll see 2022. Purchase a ticket. I think that is Atlanta ATL's hottest, of course. Comedy Club, DJ Ant Love. Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo plus
Ask a Cop.
Yeah, boy.
He with AT&T right now.
He right on time. He's 8:30.
He's on AT&T right now.
8:30ish. I am nominated for ATL's hottest male model, ATL's hottest online personality, ATL's hottest gentleman, ATL's hottest actor. That's it. That's it. Couple.
There you go, Terry.
Hottest couple. Thank you again. Oh boy, Lord.
You
Now I
forgot that
don't
one,
want to
man. You
say.
forgot that. How did you forget that, man?
Let me see how many people looking. Oh shit, she's still watching. I'm sorry, baby. ATL's hottest couple. We are the Rainiers. ATL's hottest couple. So vote for us also, James Thompson and Kaya Thompson. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Wait. Stephanie said something else. She said that the Norfolk State University Spartan Legion will also be in Charlotte, North Carolina for the Culture HBCU Band Battle of the Bands at the Bojangles Arena on the 6th of November.
Okay.
Behold the green and gold, and she put that in caps.
You see what number one fan did? My aunt put it up, and the number one, but with a mighty green
The
and gold.
mighty green and gold. I hate.
Eddie George got to help out.
State alums in the building.
Yeah.
So forget Eddie George at Tennessee State. He big name too now.
He's big name, but he just ain't winning.
He just ain't Deion Sanders.
Hugh Jackson down at Grambling. I mean, there's big things in the HBCU.
And I haven't checked out Grambling. I need to see what they're doing.
Well, they playing on ESPN.
They got destroyed by Jackson State.
No way.
Yeah, Jackson State about to stop playing the HBCUs. They about to be on. Deion Sanders got a plan for his
Deion
son.
Sanders about to mess around and make them be Division
Deion
One.
Sanders gonna be there about 2 more years. Watch.
Well, his son is there 2 more years, so his son is an animal.
Gone.
Yeah.
I hope not, but
Yeah, I hope we don't leave it
It's going to be interesting to see if his son actually get drafted as a quarterback.
his son about to get drafted. His son will get drafted.
He's a sophomore though. He got 1 more year to go.
he's a sophomore.
Want to see if they actually get if they actually draft him as a quarterback. We have to see.
That boy could throw that ball,
Draft
man.
him as a quarterback. He legit.
Yeah, he learned from Tom Brady. He called Tom Brady and Peyton Manning uncle. So he ain't learning from no any and everybody. He got the greats with him.
Shout out to all the black quarterbacks in the NFL that did their thing this weekend, bro. Jalen Hurts.
Eagles showed out, boy.
Jalen Hurts. Hey man.
But
I ain't know.
Hurts is a problem.
Yeah. Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. Lamar Jackson scored me 42 points this weekend in fantasy football.
It cost me two wins in my leagues too, man. I lost two games I lost because they both had Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
That's ridiculous.
Lamar doing it for me. I don't agree with him playing with no contract.
He
but
rolling the dice.
I'm happy that he playing.
I know, and I never seen nothing like this. He rolling the dice right now.
Yeah, he is.
Nah, he look good.
Yeah.
They got.
So yeah, man, that's gonna do it for Classic Konversations with Jae Tea and Lo, and we out. You dig?
Yeah.
with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna go. Classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo. You never know which way to rattle. It's gonna classic conversations with Jae Tea and Lo.